to JPML Select English live commentary with me, Garthe Nelson, and Jenn Barr. You decided we were going to go with Jenn Barr, huh? I wasn't sure. Yeah. Barr. Yes, it worked. It was very teamworky. All right. Well, we still have lots of construction going on, pouring the concrete for the new apartment building next door. So we got that going for us. Oh, sweet. Well then, this mic was a good investment with all its noise canceling action. And who have we got today? Oh, that's right. Okay. This time is the women or the men? Oh, okay. That's right. Yes, I remember you making that correction. Jenn is not coming through. That's a thing. Oh, you know what? Magic. Yeah, you know. Okay. That's a thing. So yeah, it does sound like I'm only hearing myself talking, and not getting any of Jenn. You know what? Magic. The magic thing that I was just about to talk about that you suggested last week was using my phone's hotspot instead of my stupid house's Wi-Fi, and that just I never had any problems with the connection again. So now that you have now that you've reminded me of how to make that work, do that myself. And boy, you'd think after a few months of doing this, we would fail to enable personal
my mic
hotspot.
works again. I don't know why it wasn't connected for
And
some reason. But
there,
hello, Vaporous
there was
Flame
much
Sun. Thank you
rejoicing.
for becoming a JPML super fan. By the way, we really appreciate it.
Woohoo!
So what I was saying is last
It is
week
awesome.
during JPML Select, I kept saying that we were going to watch the Ouraisen, the U-29 women's tournament on Friday. I kept saying that last week. But it was the U-29 men's tournament, the Wakajishi, that we watched on Friday. And this Friday, for reals, we're actually going to watch the Ouraisen women's U-29 tournament. The first game, of course, will be free, and then the following 3 games will be only available to JPML super fans. So if anyone who has become a super fan by that time will be able to watch it. And also it will remain up, so super fans will also have access. And definitely. All right. Uh-oh. Can you still hear me,
Thanks
Garth?
again for joining.
Okay,
Woo!
good. Yeah, okay.
Yes, I can still hear you. Yes.
I get all nervous if I
No,
don't
I've
hear
got
from
it.
you because
Yeah.
all right. Are we ready to get started?
Woo-hoo!
You can see my screen.
Let's watch the games.
Right? You can see my screen too, right?
Yes, I can see your screen. I can see your screen. Yes.
それでは参りましょう。第1期往来戦決勝戦3回戦総敗の開始です。立ち会いに今野慎太郎の合図により3回戦が開始されました。まずは並びから見ていきたいと思います。ちいちゃから内田、なんちゃに早川。
You've been enjoying watching the young lion? Well, that's great. We love to hear it. And Garth is unmuted, and I am unmuted, and my sound is coming through. All right. I think they will hear
And there
both of
was
us
much
simultaneously.
rejoicing.
It happens while
Turn
you're at
off.
work. Oh dear. Shouldn't you be working? We of course appreciate it, but I hope that your employer is also all good with that.
Yes. Of course, we're sort of watching this game at work, but you know, it's all a matter of perspective. All right, you see the scores for this is still the old style of score display. So at the top, you'll see their score coming into the game after 2 games. This is the third game of this 4-game final table. Currently, Hayakawa is leading by just a point, just about a point, over Date. And then we've got Uchida Miko coming up just about breaking even on points, but that puts her way behind. And really far behind is Nakada-san. She's got a lot of work to make up, a lot of ground to make up, a lot of work to do if she's going to make a game of it here going into this second half.
Good morning, Vala. It's good to see you here.
It was interesting. I mean, in the very first game, Uchida started off with a nice big hand, and then basically since that hand, it's just been all Date and Hayakawa duking it out.
Yeah, and it was so close. Less than 1,000-point difference there. After 2 games. We have 2 more to go. There's 4 games total for this final table. Of course, this is the very first rendition. I'm quiet. Oh dear. How's that? Is that better? That's more orange on my... All right. I'll try and speak a little bit louder. It's morning, and I was working very late last night, but... All right, so... I was going to say...
So,
Yeah, so there's 4 games total. This is game number 3.
And Uchida is once again dealer, and man, I feel like this order of seating has just not changed once so far. Do you remember that it being that way also?
Yeah, it's been the same for some reason. It's very strange.
That would be a little bit surprising if that happened on accident. Is that part of this final that once the seating is set, they never change it?
No, it's not part of the final. Oh, that's really loud. It's not part of the final. It's just happened that way. But
Okay. Yes, that would definitely be a new style if for some reason on the final table suddenly the seats did not change for the entire final table. It just so happens that Uchida has been the starting dealer every time, followed by Hayakawa, Nakada, and then Date, which has definitely been a bit of an advantage for Date going into the end of each of these games. Uchida will switch her weight again. She's on a single weight, waiting for waiting for something to complete her pair. Once again, as starting dealer, she would just like to get to a winning hand and continue her turn as dealer to make up some of these points. Kind of trying to debate whether she should hold on to a dangerous tile. And Date throws into Uchida. Some much needed points for Uchida.
is it early for you guys? No, it's not early for us at all. I just work a lot at night, so I think I was working until 5, and now it's 10, so it feels early, but it's not actually early.
Yes, we've gotten our children out of the house. Now it's just our house for a while.
Children and spouses.
Yes, that's another important one.
It is kind of nice to have your own house for a few hours. I gotta say.
All right, Uchida does not elect to hold on to the 1-2 of cracks, possibly going for an outside hand. As dealer, she'll probably just try to get to a winning hand as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
Possible
going for the half
flush only.
flush. I think it's more than possible at this point. She's
Yes,
discarded
it
the 8
does
bamboo
seem like
and the 4 bamboo. Just one floating crack there in her hand. There, the 5 dot is
and there's another
gone.
crack.
Yeah, there's a nice fill in. The middleweight filled in. And that, I'm sorry, she had the floating dot, not the floating crack. That sounds so funny, too. Floating character tile. She hasn't even had the opportunity to pawn yet. There's an opportunity.
She lets
Oh,
it
she has a
go.
green dragon and the white dragon?
Uchida seems to be moving towards a half flush also in the Pinzu. And there it is. She would
So they
love to
both have
pawn.
2 of the green dragons. It's
And here
mochi
comes, there's going to be a
mochi.
pawn from Uchida. And she is now ready with a big hand. It's not the greatest weight, but she does have possibility for changing it. I guess she's not going to get Hatsu to be able to change it, but she might get she's going to get the green dragon to be able to change it. But she might be able to draw a 5 of dots to improve the weight. She'll have the 2 on the outside there, so she can just discard from it. Oh, and moving closer to, that is Tenpai for Hayakawa.
Yeah, Hayakawa
And
answers back with Tenpai, and she has a little bit better weight with the 4 character. Of course, one of them in Date's hand.
Oh, once again, this is different from, that's not the right crack. This is different from the men's game that we were watching last week. Men's game was the A rules. This is the WRC rules, apparently. So there is Uradora. Oh, there's the 4. Can she put it in her hand so as not to throw to Hayakawa and crush Uchida's dreams of a nice Oyabon? Oh, no.
Half flush not
She
in
knows
Dora
it's dangerous.
seems dicey. It is. I mean, you do end up having to discard the Dora a lot or you may have to if you go for a half flush in a different suit that's not Dora. Of course, it's still worth 7,700 or 8,000 if you're
It's
not a
interesting.
dealer. 11,600 or 12,000 if you're dealer.
She threw the 8, which is not necessarily safer. Oh, wow. This is, again, difficult.
Date reaches,
all right.
waiting
I
for
was
the
not watching.
3-6 dot. Waiting same weight as Uchida, but she's got an extra 6 in her weight. And Hayakawa now has a decision. The 2 dot is definitely not safe to the obvious flush that she can see or the reach. But it is a massive chance, and it's the Manzu are probably safe to both of them. It's pretty easy to fold this if she wants to. But she will not. She pushes.
Wow.
Go, go, go. And that would be a poem from Uchida. Now it switches the weight to the 2-5, which is not. It's
much better since
slightly
she
better,
palmed,
yeah.
but yeah. It is a Genbutsu for.
Yeah, now it's a Genbutsu for the dealer. Or for the, I'm sorry, the reach player for Date.
Yeah.
But.
Still not sure if that's going to be that helpful. There's only one more of them out.
Reach is
interesting.
more
She's
valuable here compared to A rules, absolutely. Oh yeah, so it would not be 7,700 with these rules. If anything with 4 Han would be rounded up to 8,000. So a half flush called with 1 Dora is worth exactly the same as a half flush called with no Dora. Unless you can
what
sneak
point
some.
does Hayakawa decide to give up here?
If you have the 2 value tiles, of course here Hayakawa only has 1 value tile. So hers would be worth only 5,200 if she wins this hand, not 8,000. course, Uchida has the double east and the
She will give
Horn
up. So it is now. I'm sorry. Now it's a battle just between Date and Uchida.
I mean, she has to feel like she was so lucky that that 2 dot only
Oof.
was only pulling and not a deal in, because that's dealer that she almost dealt into with the 2.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty large hit. Not. Well, it's interesting. She throws the 3 of cracks and then she doesn't throw it again. So she's maybe still trying to think about getting back to Tempai.
Hard to
Boy,
believe.
it's interesting. Well, there's getting back close to Tempai again.
I mean, if she wanted to get truly cared about getting closer to Tempai, it feels like she would have discarded the 5 over the 3. Because the Manzu don't look that
Yeah.
dangerous, but the 5 had not passed yet. She waited. She discarded the 5 because it passed.
Date on the attack, and it works out for her. Makes an interesting choice with the 8 of cracks instead of the 4. She was right not to throw the 4, although I'm not sure why she knew that the 8 was safe. But then she gets the Tempai, goes on the attack, manages to end Uchida's turn as dealer, where she had kind of a big chance of making a lot of points. And once again, it is just Date Hayakawa having their way with the tiles. Uchida cannot catch a break. A large Mangan for Date puts her in the lead. It is still early in the game, so the Uma will be a little bit misleading, as we like to point out.
No floating Uma, though, in these WRC rules. The A rules, you're going to get the floating Uma. But here, it's going to just be plus 15 for first place and plus 5 for second place. And then, of course, the opposites for third and fourth place.
No change from being positive or negative. More than one player being positive or negative. There's a better way to say that what I was trying to say there. I'm not going to find it.
If you are unfamiliar, did I say in? I'm unfamiliar. A floating Uma means that anyone above 30,000 has a positive placing bonus, and anyone below 30,000 points has a negative placing bonus. Without the floating Uma, it's just straight placing. And if you have a tie, such as Hayakawa and Nakada have here, then it is split up. So that would be 0 for their placing bonus for each of them. Plus minus 0.
Wow, it's amazing how easy it was after all to explain that with just normal English. Just came right out of your mouth. All right. So speaking of Mahjong, Hayakawa is the dealer. Started off with not very promising tiles. Oh, this makes a better weight in the Pinzu. Nakada has East as her Atama, so she will not have Pinfu if she keeps that Atama. She's trying to decide whether to keep Dora or the open-ended, or the open-ended weight. Depending on what she gets to Tempai with, she may have a Yaku and she wouldn't have to reach if she gets Ipeikol. She might also be thinking about moving towards a half flush, depending on what tiles come in. Uchida's hand just not really improving. Hayakawa has done a lot of work to get to, I think, 2 away from ready. It was a pretty weak hand to start with. Date is Tempai. Not the greatest weight, but it is a simples hand. So she doesn't need to reach to be able to win off of another player. Kata still one away from Tempai. Moving towards the middle, possibly setting up for Sanchoku now, if she hits the right tile to improve that weight. I believe in the Manzu. She's waiting for the five of cracks. Was it the 5 of cracks or the 5 of dots?
Totally
Currently waiting for a 5 go.
notice.
Hey, that's Tempai. Come on, reach. There we go. The 369 weight in the Pinzu. 9, of course, would be
Oh,
the
that was
best.
weird. That was weird. We didn't.
Oh, wow. And this time, Date will give up immediately. Doesn't want to throw the 1 of dots.
I feel like something weird just happened with the video, but
Oh, really?
yeah, I'm not sure.
A completely unnecessary Dora for Nakada. But Date has already given up. Hayakawa was still far enough away from ready that I don't think she's really thinking about pushing here. Draws one of the 3s that Nakada would like to win, except what she'd really like is one of the remaining 9s of dots. Another 3 for Hayakawa. Oh, there's the last 9. So Nakada will not be getting the expensive version of her winning hand. And in fact, boy, no 6s left either. There is maybe only one other 3 left in the deck, or I'm not even sure. Maybe all the 3s are taken too. Nakada has a 3-sided weight. It isn't as great as those will often be, since she has many of the 3-6-9s already in her hand. Two of them, actually. Okay, so there are still 2 3s out there. But that's it for Nakada. She's drawing thin. However, everybody else seems to have given up, so this hand is likely to end in a draw, and Nakada she'll net a couple thousand in the draw, and have a little bit of wind going into her turn as dealer. There's another one of the 3s going to not Nakada.
That alliteration. You're so
Not Nakada. Will the last 3 have been lined up in the wall right next to the other 3 for Nakada's Tsumo? Nope. I believe she has one more draw. Will we see the final 3 come out?
All right, all the posts have been made, I think.
Yay! And there was much
Advertised.
rejoicing.
What's up, Rob? It's been a while, I think, since I saw your name. I love seeing your name. A chip and a chair is all you need. I wish we had chips.
Yeah. So 1-3 left buried in the deck. Nakada does not get to draw her winner, but she does scare everybody off in that hand and managed to get to her turn as dealer. Pretty close to the starting points. She has a shot at making up some ground here in the third hand of the East round in the third game
Rob said
of
he's
this
been
final table.
lurking. I imagine that means that you've been actually working like a grown up. I'm proud of you.
Yes. Someday. I will do that too. 2 away from ready for Uchida. Once again, in a bit of a hole. Another 5 of cracks for Uchida, not useful. Completing a run for Nakada. She's 2 away from ready, still looking for a pair for her Atama. Completing a run for Uchida, and she is now 1 away from ready. Got the possible pair weight or the gut shot and an open-ended weight. That improves a weight for Nakada. Adds a weight, anyway. And she'll switch to the possible Sanshoku 789.
What's your favorite Sanshoku?
My favorite Sanshoku? That's the thing about Sanshoku is I just don't like it in the first place. I am anti-Sanshoku. Because I just feel like, setting herself up for the Tsuji trap.
We have a commentator who loves the 2-3-4. I gotta say, I think the 2-3-4 is a good one.
Yeah, so by the way, this is Tenpai for Nakada. It's just not quite the way she was hoping to get there. Dora is the 8 of cracks, so ideally she draws something in Manzu that allows her to use that. Interesting. She's got the 1 of, she'll reach with it. Wow.
And reach for the single weight. 1 dot, not. There's 2 of them in Uchida's hand. That's unlucky, actually.
Yeah.
Because with 1 2 out and no other 2s in people's hands, it seems like all the 2s are probably going to come out. So it wouldn't be a terrible weight if all the 2s came out.
If Uchida gets in trouble, she might elect to drop those, but I think she's also probably just going, she's probably in try to get points mode. She's already ready, waiting for the 8 of cracks.
Baby's friend likes the 1 2 3 Sanshoku and often ends up with it combined with an outside hand or a half outside hand. That is great for A rules and for non-red.
That is the point I was going to. That is the point I was going to make about if I have a favorite Sanshoku, it's when I can combine it with an outside hand.
Yeah, it's really cool of you to make that point after somebody else made it before you.
1 2 3. Well, I got sort of cut off by. I am just copying through. But
you were only cut off by yourself. It's not like
I was cut off by people playing Mahjong.
Oh yeah.
Sort of supposed to talk about it.
That's right. I can't argue that, actually.
So Uchida has decided to give up on her weight there, and that would have been her winner had she pushed. So perhaps the reach from Nakada, not waiting for an improvement, was the right answer. Managed to push Uchida off her hand. Looks like everybody else is giving up. And Nakada will have another shot at dealer.
Another favorite from the chat. 3 4 5 Sanshoku with 3 red 5s, obviously.
Yes, that's a thing to hope for sometimes.
And that's correct. The WRC rules as they stand do not have red 5s, but there is an option to include red 5s, and we do actually have in JPML a WRCR red 5s league that you're welcome to play in. Well, you're not, but JPML and WRC pros are allowed to play in them.
Still one more 2 of dots out in the deck. So it's not likely to form that wall, inviting the players with 1s to get rid of them. So in In the most likely scenario here, this is going to end as a draw, and Nakata will get to continue as dealer. She's currently in second place for this game.
And everyone is folding. By the way, Garth and I will be in New York next month. We will be at New York Comic Con Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 whole days teaching Mahjong and playing with people. I think even if you already know how to play Mahjong, if you request at the free play table, sometimes we will be able to jump in. And 3 players, no
Yeah, boy.
10.
Yes, 3 players, 3 players, not Tenpai, just Nakata as dealer's Tenpai. So she will continue as dealer.
Valis says, I'm obviously too good for the Pro League anyway. I do not doubt that. You use us as an example.
Yes.
It is very likely.
Too good for my Pro League. Yeah, boy, it is always surprising how quickly we get full table usage at Comic-Con. But sometimes there will be an open table here and there. Please come and play.
I think usually the auto tables are available for free play and the hand shovels are for lessons. So, but even the free play tables were very full for pretty much all the time, even more than the lesson tables. The lesson tables were also full, but they only happen, I think, once every 90 minutes. There's like an hour lesson.
Right.
The free play tables were just straight up full all the time, and I think sometimes ran out of battery because they were being used so much.
We didn't have normal electricity for them, huh?
They were like, we had portable batteries that they were plugged into. But the thing is, when they hit those things, take a while to charge, right? So even if you have one extra for each table, then it takes a while to charge them up. So there were times when the battery actually ran out.
So speaking of Mahjong, Garthe's hand has progressed. She's one away from ready, either looking for a pair or something to match up with the Monzu. Hayakawa also has 2 Dora in her hand, so she'll be looking to push. Obviously, Nakata would like to put a hand together so that she can continue her hand as dealer. Not a lot of value yet in Uchida's hand.
Yeah, Nakata only has a few more chances to continue a dealership and come back. Of course, 80 points is not that crazy in the WRC rules. If you can do a lot of reach, a lot of ippatsu, a lot of uradora, then those points can stack up really fast. Especially when she has 2 players that are almost equal. Hayakawa has now edged into. Oh, this is this. That's right. They don't change the scores that they hold. So Date, of course, is in first place, but they're still quite close, Hayakawa and Date.
Sate is Tenpai now, but the weight isn't so good. She had elected not to hold on to the wider shape in Sozu with the 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 2 of cracks does match up with the 4 of cracks, but it is a 3 of cracks gut shot. She's obviously, another pair for Hayakawa. So she can go for 7 pairs here. Probably going to throw the 6 of bamboos, I would imagine. Just so that she can continue to sort of hedge, possibly going for a Mentsu hand. That being how we refer to non-Chitoitsu hands. So Nakata gets another 1 of dots to triple up the 1 of dots there. Now she doesn't have an obvious pair. Oh no, that's got to be disappointing. She could probably see.
There's very few tiles that would backfire there, and you just happen to draw the exact one.
Right. The one thing I think she might have been thinking about was that she can see a fair number of two. Oh, all right. Well, now you have to start thinking about changing directions again. She could see a few of the 2/5s of bamboos, and may have been thinking, maybe this open-ended wait isn't really that great a thing to wait for anyway. That's tempai. So she does get to tempai. Now what to wait for? The pair wait or the gut shot? Wait for Dora. There's 2 8s on the board. She'll go for the gut shot. Not max points, but perhaps the easier option to win on. Boy, Nakada. So this happens to be safe. She can't know that, and she's got a reason that it's her turn as dealer. She's 1 away from ready. She'll play safer. That would have been a winner for Hadate, except that Date has no Yaku. She's looking for either a switch to the 3/4/5 Sanchoku or the 4/5/6 Sanchoku. If you get the 6 of bamboos or the 3 of dots, she could change there. As it happened, she had no Yaku, so she could not win on that 3 of cracks that came out from Nakada.
Yeah, I wonder what the EV here is for waiting for a switch like that, instead of just reaching against Hayakawa.
It's interesting too because Date is in general such an aggressive player that so often when she has tempai, just kind of any tempai at all, it seems like she's really ready to reach in just about any situation. It's interesting. She's not going back on the attack here. Feeling, I guess, like her current lead. Wow, and that's still not quite tempai. How to get there? Nakada has taken a really circuitous route. Still 1 away from ready, but Date will get the win. And once again, just showing how lucky Date and Hayakawa have been against Nakada and Uchida.
True, but
No
I mean,
Yaku?
even when we talk about luck, a lot of times you have to be there setting up the luck as well. I had
Right.
a study session over the earlier in the week about that wasn't quite the right place to draw from. We'll just do that again as soon as the tiles
Do over.
finish shuffling. You can see not just Kono in the background, but Koshino as well. Koshino, of course, just about a year ago, I believe, published a book with Katsumata, Kenji Katsumata. It's really an interesting concept. So it's basically Koshino asks Katsumata questions about reading the board, which is just like awesome to me because what else? That's what you want to do, right? You want to ask a genius senpai. The maximum human IQ senpai.
When
How
you see
to
this board,
win. Yeah. Like what do
does
you
this
think
board mean to you?
here? Why don't you think this? Why can't I think like that? Vala says you lose 100% of the reach you don't go for, except for just now.
Yeah, she managed
Date
to
was able
get
to
that.
draw without reaching. She did not get the reach points, of course, or the Uradora, which is an excellent point. You can't get an Uradora if you're not allowed to see it. Too many blocks for Hayakawa, and she will release the north pair. Also, Valis says, my amazing defensive techniques of prey and panic are years ahead of the orthodox Genbutsu defense. That is tempai. Waiting for
So the pair weight.
Yeah, the 2 character and the 8 dots.
Not the greatest weight, but a very early reach, so lots of tiles could come out that will make those tiles possibly more likely to come out.
So if you were a commentator voice in a video game, and they were like, just like phrases programmed in, like every penchant weight, they would have you sing, "Not the greatest weight." That would be one of your programmed phrases, I think.
That's probably something I would say, or that's probably something they would choose to have me say. Huh?
There's a game that one of our fellow commentators on the WRC channel, Tips, plays on his stream. And that is an English commentary option. And I guess like the translator wasn't sure what to translate for our hero. It should be probably something like our hero, but it's the player. And Hayakawa wins that not so great weight. So it was not so bad. It only took 3 turns to win that. The 8 dot was discarded. And that will take us into South 1.
And once again, the luck goes to Hayakawa or Date. This time it was Hayakawa ending Date's turn as dealer. I certainly didn't want to let Date go on a run to extend the lead she currently has. They started this game off, you can see when the scores come up, they started this game off with Hayakawa in the lead by less than 1,000 points. She's quite a bit further into the lead, or Dante's now quite a bit further into the lead than that. But Hayakawa has her turn as dealer coming up. Before that, though, we will have Uchida as dealer, trying to create some magic, get herself back in the game. Yes, more Garthe doing voiceover. I think so, too.
It's a great meme in the chat, though. Everybody loves saying, "The player." The player. I can't name the game because we have contracts, but if you know, you know.
The player. Interesting. Nakada doesn't keep the double gut shot. Didn't want to throw Dora. I think that was a lone Dora she had in her hand. Yes, holding on to Dora instead of the 5-7 double gut shot. Double gutty. This pairs up one of the tiles in her open-ended weight, so she'll throw that one too.
Hello, Pixel Niceness. Very nice to see you here as well.
Ooh.
Floating Dora for Hayakawa as well.
And another edge weight, or another not good weight for Nakada. Just cannot find the right spot to get rid of Dora and accept these other suboptimal weights. Uchida says, "This is my chance to push." Still one away from ready. She, of course, is pushing because she is dealer and really wants to do something to get herself a few points. Going into this final game, the next final game of the final table. For the moment, both Hayakawa and Date are have commanding leads.
Hello, Lex Lee-san. We're also very happy to see you here as well. Yeah, Hayakawa still has a lot of work to do because she's down in 3rd place now, so that's going to create a massive difference between her and Date if the scores were to end right here for Game 3. She really needs to at least catch up for a 2nd place if she wants a good chance going into Game 4.
Holding on to the 3-5 pair, hoping to pull something there. It happens, we've got a 3-5 here that it's just not going to be coming out. You can also draw the 4 of bamboos, and that would give her some more calling possibilities.
Hey, you know what, you guys? If somebody creates a list of Garthe lines, like someone says another not good weight is also a good a good line. So if we make a list of lines like that Garth says, not the greatest way, and we will get him to record them and put them on my personal stream as point what do you call it, redeems.
There's Tenpai for Uchida. There's one. There's Tenpai.
That's a good one as well. Yes, I'll get Garth to record all of them while we're in New York, and we'll set them all up like that. And we'll set him
Reach
up
for
so
Date.
you can put him as point redeems on your own streams as well. We'll offer them somewhere. Not sure yet where, but somewhere they will be offered.
Date paired her Dora. The Dora is the white dragon, so that means she can't have Pinfu. She did have to reach to be able to win off other players. There's no other Yaku in her hand. And given the way the luck has gone in these games so far, it does feel like it's going to go to her. Not quite the loser.
Yeah, everything that I listen to, and same in the chat now. Bill's in the gut shot.
I know. I almost feel like it would be better. Like I feel like lately I'm just not such a good actor. Like, should we go through the actual feed and see if we can pick up the actual versions of them? When I'm saying it with my true feelings. Nakata throwing in the towel on this hand. Can Uchida dodge a bullet? Maybe draw her winner? Or at least get to the end of the hand with nobody winning? Oh, that's a close one. And now she will wait for the 6 that just came out from Date. Once she threw from her hand, it did discourage the other players. Ooh, just barely missing the Manzu again. Did discourage the other players from following up with the 6 again. Throwing the 5 from her hand does make that 6 look very suspiciously dangerous.
I was just looking for the safest tiles at this point.
We've got a couple more. Oh no! That's just no luck at all. Oh my god. Poor Uchida. Just cannot catch a break. In her last turn as dealer in the 3rd hand. Hey, look at that.
Isn't that
cool.
So cute? I made it all like comic for Comic-Con. I think it's very cute, personally.
I think so too. Wow. Much wow.
And we will be on October 13th at Sparrow's Nest in Manhattan for the Mahjong Matsuri we have every year. This will be the 3rd year running, which is pretty exciting, actually. We've had an event in New York 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And people come too.
Yeah. It's so cool. I'm proud of us.
Not only do we say come, but then other people do it. Which is a nice bonus. Not just us sitting there admiring the sound of our own voices. So Uchida loses her turn as dealer. Date extends her lead. Not a huge hand, but still a fair number of points. So she is actually really extending her lead, even on Hayakawa here. Having started out pretty close, Hayakawa was only in third place, so that's -5 plus -5.3. But Date currently has plus 18.7, plus 15. So that is a good 40-point swing. Close to 40 points.
Rob says, now if only flights weren't crazy for that weekend. Road trip?
Once again, Date gets another white dragon to pair as Dora. The other two white dragons are already in other people's hands, obviously as singles in their hands. Oh, wait, there's only one. Sorry.
There's one
Only
there,
one.
and then
So
there's a pair. I think it was a single and it paired up. So.
Right. So there is one more in the deck.
I got it with a little bit of a difficult decision. She decides to go for the all pairs hand instead of that 4-4-6-8-8 shape that Jenn loves.
She does hand not really progressing, so it's not. Oh, and choosing. Nakata chooses the 7 pairs. She throws from the middle of.
Talking about?
Oh, did I repeat that?
I said she chose all pairs instead of that 4-4-6-8-8 shape that Jenn loves.
Oh, you did say that, but then I didn't see that. And then she threw from her 6-7-8.
Yes, she threw the middle 6 from the 4-4-6-8-8 shape, and then she threw the 7, and now she'll fold. So it's all moot anyway.
Yes, we can argue about our commentating till we're blue in the face, but it won't make a difference to what happened in this hand.
Vaporous Flame will be in Japan that weekend, holding down the fort while we leave it open for Mahjong attacks.
Date with 2 Dorda, but chooses not to attack.
Okay, now you're just plagiarizing my words.
What?
I just said attack, you just said attack.
Oh, right. Yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
I have, I can't see me. I have like a very short bandwidth for collecting all of the sounds.
It's just, I'm just having fun. You can yes and me.
So it looks like everybody's giving up. It is Hayakawa's turn as dealer. So unless you have some good points, there's not a lot of incentive for pushing here against the dealer. You saw Date was the only one with any real incentive with 2 Dorda in her hand. Before she threw in the towel on that hand, you could see she did think about it a bit. But with the considerable lead and still, of course, her final turn as dealer. Oh, another pair for Nakata, but boy, we're late in the hand. Don't think she's going to get to. It takes some doing to get to a ready hand for her.
She seemed pretty committed to the fold.
Uchida completing a run and surprisingly close to Tenpai again. Could she be tempted to go for it if she gets the Tenpai? Needs a pair. Interesting, she has unsorted her run in the dots. So half of the 2-5, that's actually 3, that's 5/8 of the 2-5s that Hayakawa would like are already in other people's hands and very unlikely to be coming out from them.
I like fractions.
Yes, they definitely just. Oh, and there's another one going to Uchida. So very few left for Hayakawa to draw. With everybody giving up, this is probably going to help Uchida give up. So yeah, she moves from still thinking about Tenpai to absolutely giving up. And with just a couple left to be drawn.
They're trying to decide what's the safest and also which order to discard the final safety tiles in. Of course, East is not safe and she will not discard it.
I missed that 2. There's another 2 in Dante's discards. So there's really only 1 5 left to be drawn. Hayakawa will have one more turn to draw. Dante feels the south is the safest of her options. Khan! Oh,
Khan, and that means that this will also be the Haite.
Becomes Haite? Nope, it wasn't there.
No, just one player Tenpai, and Hayakawa will continue as dealer. And while we're waiting for them to exchange the points, look at that! This
International.
Skabon International. It's Skabon. It means Girl Bosses. Girl Bosses International. New podcast run by Jenn. I did not ask permission to run this ad. I'm just doing it, so don't tell our bosses. I highly doubt they're watching this broadcast. So I'm going to do what I want.
Safety.
Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, that means Thursday, noon in Japan time, we are on the Mahjong Jenn channel, speaking in Japanese and English as we please, speaking about comedy, this week we'll be talking Mahjong and poker. Sayaka will be interviewing me, and next week we'll have a special guest, Okanda Riki, who is a American and Hungarian national, I believe, who works as a director in Japan. Garthe also friends with Riki, so it will definitely be good times.
Sounds exciting. By the way, Nakata has run into a kind of nice hand here. She is in the south seat and already has 3 souths in this south round. So that is a double south. Interesting, she throws a value, well, not a value, an honors tile there. I would think she'd be going for the half flush right off the bat, but maybe she thinks with the souths already in her hand, she has enough value to try to go for a closed hand and reach. I think she also has 2 green. Nope, she has 2 easts, and she's definitely moving away from the half flush. Looking to get to reach. Izumo Dabunan would still be Mangan and a very addition to her points as she would go into her final turn as dealer.
Do you notice all of Hayakawa's 1 bamboos are upside down? They're standing on their head. They're birds. Birds can't stand on their head.
Do you sort your tiles like that?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks.
I make sure all of them are right set up so they don't fall down while I'm playing.
Maybe they're bats.
I don't want them to topple over, so I have to.
Even
the bamboos, I have to have the flat side down, and the dots, I have to have the side with the 2 dots down, and the 1 dot is up so that it's stable.
Do you? Oh, okay. 1 dot is up?
No, if you look at the like the middle of the dots, like the middle of the 1 and the middle of the 9, the dots in the 9, you see the 3. Each dot in the middle has like 5 dots in the middle of the circle. And so it inevitably ends up being that there's 1 dot on one side, if you have it vertical, and 2 dots on the other side. So I have to have the 2 dots on the bottom and the 1 dot on the top like a star, because otherwise it won't be stable. It has to be 2, like feet of the
Wow.
dot.
All these things I did not realize I was not doing right.
I can't believe you've never noticed that there's like 5 dots in the middle of each circle. Only the 2 dots have 6 dots in the middle of the circles, so they can actually
Really?
go up like top or bottom, yeah.
I had definitely not ever noticed that. I think Uchida is sort of hedging towards a koshi hand here.
Yeah, it's sort of hedging, but there's really not enough time yet, and we can see so many honors already on the board and in people's hands. There's 3 souths, of course, of Nakata's hand, and Uchida has 1, but I think 3 away. I'm just trying to count the tiles that are left that she needs. Nakata, too many blocks. She's gonna have to get rid of 1 block here somewhere.
Interesting that side weight came. I was thinking it was improved odds to have held on to the 7 of bamboos to add that gut shot, that possible gut shot, and get rid of the edge weight there, but she chose correctly.
Oh no, Vaporous in the chat. I did not need that pointed out. Now you're gonna have to sort that out. Yep. That's me just exasperating people's OCD on a daily basis.
The big missing tile for Uchida is going to be Tori, which of course we were also mentioning earlier. There are 3 of upside down in Hayakawa's hand and already another one on the board.
Yeah, Lex says they're ostriches, so they've got their heads in the sand.
Tenpai! Hayakawa, is she going to reach?
And what's she gonna
With the
wait for?
pair
Is she
weight.
gonna wait for the 2-5 or the 3 and green dragon? And she waits for the
She'll
2-5.
go for the 2-5, not Dora. Hoping perhaps by throwing Dora, it will encourage a 2-5 to come out. Also improves her chances of drawing it. There would be only 4 tiles to win on if she's waiting for the pair weight, whereas here there are 7, given that one of them is the Dora indicator.
I think that I prefer in this situation the green dragon weight.
I have to agree.
One of the reasons is that if that Kokshi keeps going, I don't want to have to discard a green dragon if I draw it. And if I'm waiting for it, I don't have to discard it. But if I'm not, then I will. And I don't think that actually makes a difference. Look, the four dots are upside down too. See that? You see it's a little bit pointy on the bottom, and the top looks like flat feet. So
4 dots?
4 bamboo. Sorry.
Uchida will be giving up.
No, Vaporous, if you're turning tiles right side up, they think that they're Manzu and not... They think they're characters. And not the bamboos, usually. So they'll think that you have like a Manzu flesh every time. Probably.
So Date gets 1 away from ready, but if she gets to ready, she's going to end up having to throw what is obviously a very dangerous 2 or 5 of dots, both of which are winning tiles for Hayakawa. Obviously, she knows, Hayakawa is dealer. Here we are, basically at the end of the hand. Don't think she would be able to find that discard, and this is going to end the hand. And we will have another turn as dealer for Hayakawa.
Yeah, so I think her thinking with discarding the 3 dot there, nobody's gonna think the 2-5 is safe at all, ever, because it's the Dora. The reach declaration tile, those straddle suji, the ones that go around it. So the 2-5 and the 3-6 are always gonna be super dangerous. I'm sorry, the 2-5 and the 1-4 if you discard with the 3. And so she chose that, I believe, because she thought it would be easier to draw herself open-ended rather than shabu. I sent her a gift for her. She had a baby last month. I sent her a gift from Amazon, and I used my like official name, like my legal name, and she didn't know who it was, so she tweeted, "Who sent this to me? Who knows my name and address?"
Classic.
Yeah, she thought it was a
Wow,
fake
and
name.
did she say the name out loud on Twitter too?
No. She
So
said
now
it. She
everybody
said
knows.
it looks like maybe it's a fake name. Just because I wrote Jennifer instead of Jen, and then my like
Okay.
legal surname. So many people do not understand that Jen is short for Jennifer in Japan because it's not Jennifer, it's Jennifer. So there's no n.
I
So it's
see.
kind of hard to connect those dots that Jen is short for Jennifer.
Nakata fills in a gap, moves her hand a little closer to ready, and perhaps stealing the turn as dealer away from Hayakawa. She'd like to get that in a hurry to give herself a shot at making up this gigantic deficit she has.
Yeah.
Although, actually, come to think of it, the deficit, comparing the deficit for her and Uchida, Uchida has moved quite a bit closer to Nakada.
Yeah, that's very true. Nakata has a small positive right now. So she's just about minus 75 total. Well, Uchida is going to be minus 34 or 35, probably. There is no time limit for these final table games. For all we know, they could be still playing this, and we are just catching up.
They've given us, all right, this is a live feed.
We're on a 4-year
One away
delay.
Oh, no. Yeah. Actually, she is ready, and she will reach. She does have Haku, the white dragon. She didn't need to reach to be able to win on somebody else's discard, but she's hoping that the attack will cause the other players to slow down.
And 2 players
and
in a
let
row
her
draw
get-
her only winning tile. 3-3 draws right there. Almost like the wall is kind of like teasing her. It's kind of cruel. That's your way? Ha! I'm gonna go into other people's hands instead and...
Oh, and this is Tenpai for Uchida. She'll go for it. She also has no Yaku unless she reaches, because South is her pair, and this is the South round that precludes Pinfu as a Yaku in that hand. So Uchida with the better weight, waiting for the 5-8 of bamboos. There is still 1-3 of dots left to be drawn. If it goes to Uchida, it will be coming out. Hayakawa has decided to not to push, of course. Oh, not quite the dots. It's Dora, but still not enough to tempt Hayakawa to push, and Nakata will throw a relatively cheap win into Uchida, not really hurting her too much as she goes into her turn as dealer.
Yeah, it doesn't
Not
really...
the worst outcome.
Not a huge influence on their scores or their differences. And the other 2 players have maintained their positive scores, and they're just not giving the negative players any inches at all to take.
Yeah.
Which is how you want to do it.
The positive thing for Nakata there is that she did end Hayakawa's turn as dealer, without letting Hayakawa get a whole bunch more points going into this final game. So, Nakata, her last turn as dealer in this third game, can she make a little magic. Hayakawa in the north seat with 3 norths.
Even though Nakata dealt in and now she's under 30,000, she's still in second place, so she'll still get that positive 5-point UMA in this current state.
Possible 2, 3, 4 Sanchoku forming for Hayakawa. Nakata has 2 east tiles. I would imagine she'll be pawning those as soon as she gets a chance, if she gets a chance. Necessary 7 of dots, but Hayakawa will hold on to it. Another open-ended weight in Pinzu for Nakata. And here's another open-ended weight in the Pinzu for Date. Chida just not a lot to work with there. Another pair for Nakata, and she'll get rid of the 2 of bamboos. That allows her to use Dora if she gets the 3 of bamboos. She chooses the route that allows her to use Dora instead of keeping that weight wider open, more widely open.
I was just also double checking. So this is the first Ouraisen, of course, the first U-29 women's tournament, and they're using WRC rules, but it was not a men's versus women thing. The Ouraisen that we will watch this Friday will also be A rules, the JPML competition rules. So they decided to change it at some point in the history.
Ah, okay. By the way, Date has gotten to Tenpai waiting for the 4-7 of dots. It's Pinfu, so she doesn't need to reach. And once again, luck has quickly favored the non-Nakada and Uchida duo. That completes a run for Nakata, and she will wait quietly for the 3 of bamboos. She does have east in her hand, so she doesn't need to reach. Uchida decides to reach. I wonder if this will cause Nakata to reach. There's really not much hope of her weight improving unless she draws another Dora and wants to throw the 2 of bamboos. I think this might, unless Date draws her winner on this next draw.
Oh,
And yes, we did get the reach. Tsumogiri reach. We do get the Tsumogiri reach from Nakata. And not drawing her winner here, this will probably, yes, make Date give up.
Azura says having 2 4 bamboos side by side and one is upside down is something I'll never be able to unsee now, and that is exactly what's happening in Date's hand right now. Right there. One is up, one is down. I've just like really triggered a lot of people. I apologize, everyone. This is why they say ignorance is bliss. If you don't know which side is up, then you never have to worry about it. But now that you know...
Oh no. So Nakata was drawing very thin. Uchida drawing not much thinner. Or not much thicker, anyway. Both waiting on the side weight there. One of them already in Uchida's hand, but then 3 of Nakata's weights already in the other players' hands. So Nakata does not get to extend her turn as dealer. And we go into the final hand of this game with with Date comfortably in the lead. Both in this game and
sort of desperately trying to catch up, and all the other 2 players really just trying to get any points they can. Of course, Nakata had to go Or in the last hand, she had to try and keep her dealership. She's really in a position where she just has to get as many dealer hands in as possible. Kaiser Claus says knowledge is power, right? Knowledge can be power or it can be a curse. It's definitely a lot of cases where knowledge feels like a curse these days.
Yes.
Kaiser Claus, another JPML super fan. Thank you very much. If you are enjoying the stream or you want us to improve it by hiring better commentators, please consider please consider supporting the channel by becoming a JPML superfan. You will get access to the final tables that we broadcast live at the same time as the JPML Japanese channel. Although we would love to stream everything for free, unfortunately, since the JPML Japanese channel is behind a paywall, we have to follow suit and also put a paywall over our content. But once or twice a month, we will have final tables streamed. This week we have the Ouraisen, the U-29 women's tournament. The next one will be the OE tournament final table in November-ish. November? I think November. October we'll do some paid content from New York in October.
So I think Date here is just trying to escape. She's not really not incentivized to really try to get any points here. She's not likely to be overtaken by anybody. And Uchida would like to push Hayakawa down into last place, or at least put herself above Hayakawa. Hayakawa would like to sort of finish in this spot, just not to give Date any more of a lead on her. That last discard by Nakata did push her down into third place, below Hayakawa. But Date does get the Tenpai, and she'll reach. Scratch everything I just said there. she's on the attack.
See why you might want to fire Jenn and Garthe and hire some better commentators?
I know somebody can see that coming. So yeah, not a lot of value. Oh, does she have 2 Dora? I'm sorry. Does she have 2 Dora? I may have this completely wrong.
Date is
We'll see
also
here in
going
a
to
second.
be thinking about going into the last game, trying to be massively ahead. Since we're playing not A rules, but these are WRC rules. Just one Dora.
Okay, just one Dora.
Since they're WRC rules, there's a world where Hayakawa gets a dealership or 2 dealerships and just continues bam, 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 wins a ton of hands and catches up with Date very quickly. So she wants to go into game 4 with as big a buffer as possible and maybe even hopefully drop Hayakawa down into third place here in this hand before the game's over.
There's one of the 7s that Date wants going to Hayakawa. She'll throw from a safe tile. There's another Dora going to Nakata. Uchida will not be tempted. Hayakawa just threw the 6, so she'll throw it again. Nakata's not super far away from ready and does have Dora in her hand. She could be tempted, perhaps. Push if she gets there. Sorry, 2 Dora in her hand. But she will end up throwing to Date.
We'll see another hand in this game. Bella says they're going to replace Jenn and Garthe with AI. Actually,
that is going to happen.
AI is still a little bit more expensive than Garthe and Jenn, so we're safe for now. And the other safeguard that we have is that none of the people who make this decision right now actually know how to use computers. So,
Good point.
we're safe until at least as long as those people are alive. We have a I don't know if you'd call this a job. We're sort of volunteering until we can get the channel going. So, we get other benefits right now that I think will become apparent to us as time goes on.
Yeah. So Uchida with 2 souths. She is in the south seat, and this is the south round, so that's double south. And she also has 2 Dorda. So possible Mangan forming for Uchida. That would move, if she got Mangan, that would move her into second place and give her a positive score. Not still quite a bit of ground to cover to make up, catching up to Date, who currently has at least plus 35 points on this game. She's already got a very large positive, and she looks to be extending it if she can. Hayakawa just trying to get to a place where she can end this game with herself in second place, score a couple positive points, and keep the distance between her and Date still somewhat manageable.
That's alright. So you're gonna have to fax that into the stream. We laugh because it's true, not because it's hyperbole.
Oh, did I? Was I confusing who was who here? Yes, sorry. The double souths were in Nakata's hand, so not
That
quite
would be a
Mangan yet, but
single
she's
south if it's in Nakata's hand.
yes,
Not the doubles.
but still 2 Dorda, and it looks like she has moved this towards an outside hand. So that is still Mangan if she can get it. Hayakawa gets herself to Tenpai, waiting for the 5 of cracks.
Yeah, she's into a single weight. They're probably looking to change that. Not a lot of options for change, but there's one. No way.
There's one.
Double edge. I like double edge. Waiting on both edges. I have a 4-tile
Double-edged weight.
sequence.
The double single weight.
Yeah, I like double single weight.
Kada looking for possible Mangan. Still 1 away from ready. Date may be thinking, I've pushed a few times here. She is 1 away from ready. If the Dorda does pair up, if she manages to get that last Dorda, I would not be surprised if we see her reaching. It's also possible she might even reach. Oh, and there's Tenpai for Nakada, waiting on the 3 of bamboos. 2 of them in
South and outside hand. Is that correct?
south, outside hand, and 2 Dorda. Yeah. There's a possible change for Hayakawa. She won't take it. Cool Mangan, yes. Because of these rules, yes, it will be Mangan.
That would be one of my like my voice is too like nasally and to do the voiceovers for a game like that. But one of my phrases would definitely be a cool Mangan, because I say that a lot.
There's the final 3 of dots that Nakata would like. So 3 of dots, right? Not the 3 of cracks. 3 of not dots. 3 of bamboos. Nakata trying to decide what is dangerous. Where can she throw safely? And she will not hold on to Tenpai.
Just completely out of this hand. Uchida's still hanging on, it looks like. Hayakawa's... It can be really difficult to fold once you have that few tiles. This is Tenpai for Date.
This is a Tenpai. Will she throw Dora? Oh my god, that would be so gangster. She's thinking about it. It is not out of the question. She will not take Tenpai.
This card's a 7,
that's
leaves
interesting.
herself open for lots of options to re-Tenpai.
I wonder if she got to Tenpai by drawing the 1 or 4 of bamboos.
Would she
take it and then deal in the 3? Not a lot of draws left to do it on.
I want that to happen because I want to see if she would do that or not. Because it is
Yeah.
Suji to the dangerous player, but the 7-8-9 call, do you read that as the open hand? As the, I'm sorry, outside hand? I think it does look outside-y, those discards there. Another
There's
shot
Tenpai
at
again.
Tenpai. Did not want to discard the Dora last time. What will she want to do this time?
Can she be tempted? Certainly doesn't need points at the moment, but we've talked before about how you never know at the end if you're going, right now, you never know if you're going to have wanted to keep going for these points earlier when you had a shot at them. And she will throw safely again. And this looks like it's going to end with just Nakada. Oh, no. There's that last Dora. Wow, Date. Just on fire with the luck. Holds out, does not throw Dora, draws the final one to get to Tenpai, and will continue as dealer.
And right
no
at the
need
end,
to take.
Yeah, Uchida deals into her.
Oh, Uchida dealt in?
Yeah.
I missed that. I just thought she was going to be Tenpai. Holy cow.
Pretty sure that
did...
Uchida was the only one paying any points. It was a Tenpai and immediate deal-in.
So Date just on fire. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, Hayakawa's and Nakada's scores did not move. That would have been Haite and... How was that not Mangan? 2 Dora?
I think it was one before. Was
it just...
It wasn't quite Haite.
Somebody had cheap pond? Huh. I'm not figuring this out at all.
There were like 4 calls on the table.
Oh, okay. But still, I mean, wouldn't that have been Pinfu Dora? So 5,800? Did Uchida have that many points, I guess? Yeah, all right. I guess she must have had that many points.
She had 58,100 and got 5,800 with 1 continuance. So that would be 6,100, which would bring her up to 56,200. 23.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, Date had. Okay, I was trying to figure out what had come from Uchida's hand, because I thought Uchida and Nakada were closer together. But once again, Uchida just not catching a break. But another Kokushi possibility. Nakada with a bunch of nice runs could conceivably... I think we're 2 away from ready in Uchida's hand, and we're just reaching the end of the first row of discards. 2 away from ready. So we want 1 9 of cracks and Haku.
Also 1 away from a full straight for Nakata.
And Date is still 2 away from ready.
And Uchida's like, this is my chance. Please be in the deck. Honor tiles. Oh, Tenpai with the full
Filling in a
straight.
gap.
Reach! Waiting for
Go
the
for it.
3/6 character. 6 is the more expensive one. The 3 is only going to be Lichi Pinfu. The 6, of course, will add the full straight for manga in hand. Uchida is
Another
able
unneeded
to...
outside tile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
can
able
throw
to
safely.
maintain... discard safely while also maintaining her close to Kokushi hand. Definitely not giving up yet. Oh, one away. One away.
One away from ready. She needs the 1 of cracks or the white dragon. I believe there's already two on the board and 1 in. Oh my
Tenpai!
god!
Waiting for the white dragon, which is
Dragon.
Genbutsu to the reach.
The other players have to be thinking. Wow.
Well,
All right,
she's
so
only
that's a
discarded
couple.
outside tiles, so it looks like safe discards from their point of view. It doesn't look like...
Wow.
And they're honor tiles, so it looks like maybe she's folded this Kokushi hand. From the discards. It does not look... But these white dragons are deep, deep in the wall. Now they're like, wait, what? Huh?
Yeah, that discard might start raising alarms.
But Nakata draws the 6 first. It's a more expensive one. And there's one of the white dragons.
It was buried.
Yeah, buried.
That's the Urdadora indicator. Big smiles for Nakata, and just
definitely no smiles from Uchida. Well, a half smile.
Just a nod. Yeah, the wry smile.
Wow.
Wow, so kind of a big finish there. It was pretty exciting. We had a possible Kokushi for Uchida. She did get herself in a spot for possibly turning the tables. Nakata wins a big one to give herself a little bit of closer shot at the leaders. But the story has to be Date just crushing everybody's hopes and dreams. A big win for Date, really extending her lead. We'll take a quick break, huh?
Yes, we will take a break. I will go get a drink. I'm just going to set up my, as Lux called it, rogue advertisements on the screen before I switch to the break screen. And yeah, that's right. I do what I want.
We'll be back in a couple minutes with the final game of the young women's. Gosh,
U-29 Ourai, which is the young cherry blossom.
Ourai final table. This is the first ever. Who will take it down? Will it be Date, who's comfortably in the lead at the moment? Can Hayakawa come back and overtake her? Or will it be either of the dark horses coming up from the depths?
Yes, we will be right back. In the meantime, enjoy my little wannabe graphic design images. All right.
And we are back with JPML Select English commentary of, in this edition, the Under 29 Women's League. Ouraisen. I kept want to sing Ouraisen. This is coming up, the final game of this final table. We've played 3 games, and going into the third game, Date and Hayakawa were pretty close.
第1期往来戦決
Date
勝
has
戦
kind of
最
run
終
away
戦の
with
模様をお
it
届けしてまいります。
in the
司会実況
third
の
game.
大和です。
Commentators for this, we have Yamato doing the sort of
Play-by-play.
Play-by-play, and Taki and
Takizawa.
Takizawa, sorry,
And Fujisaki.
Fujisaki.
It really took you a long time to get all of their names out.
Yeah, I was debating like how I wanted to call them. Well, mostly just Taki.
They have both played in WRC tournaments in the past. I remember the tournament in France, the first one, and I was up on stage interpreting. And I was an even worse interpreter back then than I am now. And the only person from JPML paying attention to my Japanese, which was being interpreted specifically for all of the JPML people only, the only person listening was Takizawa. So I was so grateful. And he was like nodding encouragingly.
He's a team player. All right. Thanks to a few more of you who have joined the live viewing while we were off getting our water and perhaps snacks. For the first time in this final table, Uchida is not the starting dealer. However, that is the only change. Her and Hayakawa. Nakata will still be the third dealer, and Date will, still be. Come back with so much air in my stomach all the time. Date will still be the final dealer, and you can see she put quite a buffer between herself and second place Hayakawa. Nakata did get that nice win at the end, but it still leaves quite a deficit to be overcome. Uchida just could not get anything going to lower the amount of points she needed to come back for. So it's really just going to be everybody as dealer really trying to put a whole bunch of points together, while Date is really just trying to move the game along.
And I'm really glad that Hayakawa and Uchida switched seats because it was starting to look rigged. Like, it was starting to look like...
So Nakata, one away from ready with 1 Dora. Possible Pinfu. Then Pin Dora. Let's see it. Let's see a little magic for these players in second, third, and fourth to see if we can have a game of it. Can move towards Simple's hand. That completes a run for Uchida. That is also Dora, so adding value to the hand too.
You're going to see Uchida and Nakata really trying to hang on to their dealerships. Actually, Hayakawa as well. She has a lot of catching up to do. I mean, she really only needs to be in first place with Date in last place. Which sounds a lot easier than it is because Date is definitely not getting any last places so far. That's Tenpai.
That is Tenpai for Date and possible Sanshoku.
Yeah, and she doesn't even need to reach. She just wants to end each person's dealership as quickly as possible. Not letting them gain any points.
She may not fear the reach from Nakata so much, but like you said, she really would not want to end up in last place while Hayakawa was in first. And she will immediately give up. perhaps. Immediately throwing safe rather than pushing with her possible large hand. Nakata waiting for the 4-7 of dots. And Hayakawa says, I need to push. We'll start moving towards an inside hand. Tanyao. Hayakawa looking to preserve that turn as dealer. That would have been the win for Date, but of course she would have ended up throwing into Nakata's 4-7 dot weight. So Nakata is drawing pretty thin to her 4-7. We have two of them already in Date's hand, two of the 7s already in Date's hand, one of the 4s, and you can see two of the 4s over here in Uchida's hand. But it does seem to have made everybody but Hayakawa give up. Hayakawa still hoping to preserve her turn as dealer. It's not helping. More in the way than help, but does offer another option. She'll just throw it though. Another safe tile for Uchida. Still no 4-7 for Nakata. Date giving up. Still no Tenpai for Hayakawa. Just tiles she can pawn if they come out from Nakata, but that's not one of them. Two 7s and 1 4 left to be drawn. That is none of them.
Not a lot. Nakata will be the only player Tenpai.
So a little disappointment certainly for Hayakawa on her first turn as dealer. Does not get to make up any ground on Date. And Nakata will get her shot as dealer.
Another notification, we will be covering the Sankei Shimbun Cup on the WRC channel this weekend, Thursday and Friday. I guess not weekend, this week. Thursday and Friday streams, Eastern Time at 4 p.m. That will be 5 a.m. Japan time on Friday and Saturday.
By the way, I had that wrong. Uchida is now dealer.
Yeah, Nakata is third dealer.
And Nakata has a bunch of pairs and dots. Could we have a dots 7 pairs hand, or you're never far away from Suwako? You have all those pairs. Looks like she'll start moving towards the half flush. Two Dora in Hayakawa's hand. That's certainly an opportunity for her to get some points.
So there are some 3-player rules where any full flush all pairs hand is a Yakuman. It counts as Daisharin, even if you have 1s and 9s.
Did not know that. And filling in a gap for Uchida. One away from ready. Oh, this is not the Tenpai shoes. Oh, and she will turn it.
little bit hesitation on that turn, but she did it.
So she chooses not to wait for a lot more value. As it happens, it's probably a good move because we can see half of the 4s already in Hayakawa's hand. Garthe fills in another gap and is actually only one away from ready. Well, this is a tough spot for Hayakawa. She's certainly got some value, possible value in the hand. Nakata is not dealer, so it wouldn't be huge points. Uchida is Tenpai, waiting for the 1-4 of bamboos. Also looking to switch to the possible full straight if she could get a 6 of bamboos. But we can see 2 of them already in Hayakawa's hand. And 1 here in Date's hand, so that switch is not likely. Uchida in desperate need of points, so she's not going to be folding. She's really just only looking for that hand improvement, at which point I'm sure she's going to attack.
She's not even probably
Oh,
gonna.
and she'll take the winner, yeah.
Yes, not even gonna try and go for big points. Just try and stay dealer as long as possible.
I think the 6, if she had drawn the 6 of bamboos with the improvement in weight and possible points, I think you might have seen a reach from her there. But she draws her winner first. She'll snag the reach stick from Nakata and continue as dealer. A nice win for Uchida.
I think maybe first to Tenpai is going to make a big difference too. If somebody else is already reach, it's going to be better for her to maybe sit back and hope that somebody deals into her. I mean, like sit back with a non-reach hand and hope somebody deals into her rather than fighting against the
sneakily,
reach. Yeah, chasing.
stealthily.
Yeah, as dealer, stealth can really be helpful sometimes. And also, a dealer reach, if you're waiting for the dealer's Genbutsu when the dealer is reach, that is a really good sniper hand.
Of course, if people notice that you're throwing dangerous tiles out, then those Genbutsu in the other, attacking player's hand suddenly become a lot more suspicious. Lots of trade-offs to think about on that quiet to reach or loudly to reach. Quiet to wait or loudly to reach. That's the way to say that.
Quiet too.
And Ishanten for Hayakawa. 1 away from ready, needs a pair. Here's another pair for Uchida. Not quite what she needs at the moment, but she'll hold on to it. Here's another pair for Nakada. Is she thinking? Not still a ways to go to get to the half flush, but not completely out of the question. This adds another open-ended weight in the Sozu. Nakada not thinking about a half flush. Still 1 away from ready for Hayakawa. Pon. Is Date with the Pon?
The white dragon? Yes.
Date says, I am not going to sit around.
I mean, for her, I think it's best to try and finish these dealerships as quickly as possible. She definitely doesn't want to drag it out. She just wants to get that trophy in her hands.
Another pair for Nakada. That's 1 away from Tenpai, 1 away from ready for the all pairs hand. And that is also 1 away from ready for Date. Oh, and this adds the possible Sanchoku for Hayakawa, 2, 3, 4. Still no Atama. What does she throw here? Obviously wants to hold on to the possible 2, 3, 4. So does she throw, like, say, the 7? Yep, there she goes. The 7 of bamboos leaves the sort of widest acceptance in the nobetons there. And there it is. Will we see a reach? Could be some major points. We do get the reach. She would love the deuce. 2 of bamboos. We can see 1 on the table. Oh, and very quickly 1 goes to Garthe, and that does actually make her 10 by 2, doesn't it? So I think we have 2 on the table, and 1 now in Garthe's hand. Was there another one in Nakata's hand? Oh, throwing into Garthe. And once again, the attack pays off. She manages to end a somewhat dangerous attack by Hayakawa. Uchida loses her first shot at dealer in this game, and Nakata will be dealer. Something. Oh, okay. A tile got knocked off. Had to be replaced by Kono. And Nakata. Can she make some magic happen? Date still very much in control. Seems like a fair number of outside tiles for Nakata. This is just not the place you want to be tempted by Kokshi, but
I think maybe it's
perhaps
easy
the
to
half
be tempted.
flush.
Yeah, the half flush is what I was
It
going to
half
say.
hedged with the half flush.
I mean, you can start with the 6 bamboo. That's fine.
Oh, no. All right. She's probably going to go for the flush.
Yeah, I think that's fine as well. It's fine to hedge the middle tiles. Your dealer, you just want to go as quickly as possible. But I do not mind showing everyone else that you're going for the half flush and making them scared.
In this first draw, a couple players pairing up value tiles. See the red dragon paired up in Hayakawa's hand. Red dragons here, and also the easts paired up in Uchida's hand. How does Hayakawa create some value in that hand? Completing a run for Uchida. This is another pair for Nakata. I think she's now 2 away from ready with the 7 pairs hand. Dora for Date. Here we have an
Nice
open-ended wait for Hayakawa. And perhaps the 5, 6, 7 Sanchoku.
Yeah, fill in for Uchida.
Oh, wow. All right. Everybody's hands are kind of moving along here.
It's like, what would be the best draw for every single player this round? And that's what they got.
Yeah. Does that get a pon? No pon from Uchida. She'll continue to try to create value. Looks like a 4, 5, 6, or maybe 5, 6, 7 Sanchoku forming in Uchida's hand. Nakata with another pair. She'll keep hedging for these 7 pairs. That completes a run for Hayakawa. Just not quite. Well, all right. She'll accept the gut shot instead of the pair weight. These to just come out. And I believe Sanchoku is still possibly a thing for Uchida. 5, 6, 7 Sanchoku also still a possibility for Hayakawa. except she does throw from the 5. She accepts the open-ended weight rather than sticking to the Sanchoku possibilities. Switching to the 6, 7, 8 is also possible if she can get an 8 of bamboos. Will she hold on to the honors tiles? Nope. So, south is not her wind, so she can get Pingfu if she fills in the gut shot, or ideally she gets the 8 of bamboos and get Pingfu and Sanchoku. Garthe does not take Ishanten, one away from ready. Oh no, Nakada. So she's aiming more towards the 7 pairs and instead completes the runs. 4, 5, 6. Sanchoku.
Yeah, but ends up with like a
there it is.
4-tile sequence in like 2 different suits. I don't know, Uchida sound it like makes me anxious.
So Nakata says Tempai is good enough. She'll push with the 3 of cracks weight. Immediately
This
one
is
goes
Tempai as well.
to
Reach! Chasing reach.
Uchida, and that's not ensuring Sanchoku. Needs the 4. Immediately one of her 7s goes over to Date, but she would much prefer the 4.
Like
The
it's just
7.
floating there in Hayakawa's hand, but she will not discard it. She's far too good and experienced for that.
Not likely to come out of Hayakawa's hand. So I think we have just a battle here between Nakada and Uchida. Uchida certainly with the better weight. Oh, so close.
It's
That
hard because these
could
are the
help.
2 players that we're rooting for right now. We always want to root for the underdog here in the commentary booth, but when they're up against each other, what do you do?
How do you choose? The 6 having come out from Uchida may help one of the other players if they run out of safe tiles. They may choose that 3 Tsuji. If not, it's going to have to come from the reach players, either drawing or throwing into the other player. Otherwise, we are likely to end in a draw. Tsuji to the 4-7, but not a lot of time left here. Still, of course, not coming out from Hayakawa. She's committed to the fold. And this is the last draw. Oh, wow. Whew. Dodging a bullet. And Nakada and Uchida will finish Tempai. They'll take 1,500 each from the 2 leaders. So cool, much wow. Jenn and
OMG!
Garthe.
October 9th through 12th at New York Comic Con. October 13th at Sparrow's Nest in Manhattan for our annual Mahjong Matsuri. I will be in Yukata. Garthe will be wearing a yellow happy. And we will be also happy while he wears his happy.
Happy with a Y, while I wear happy with an I. Nakata will continue as dealer. Oh, my thing is not. Why not?
If you're using your phone Wi-Fi, like your phone tethering instead of your home Wi-Fi.
I am doing that, and now I don't have any.
I mean, you gotta think, like, is it even worth it to pay for home Wi-Fi? Like, like an unlimited phone plan might be
I know. Yeah, I think certainly. Uchida. Man, Uchida just seems to be constantly tempted by Kochi from, like, say, last game, or
I
were
am
the games before
also,
that?
yeah, I'm always like tempted by Koshi. I only need 7 honors
Oh, right.
or seven edge tails.
Date completes the 789 double run. That's going to move her very quickly close to ending Nakata's turn as dealer. Also 2 other pairs, which makes her 1 away from ready with the 7 pairs hand. Shida with the Hokushi Temptation, but then no further action. And Hayakawa will pull the first white dragon she can get her hands on.
Tempai, waiting
And
for the
will be
2 bamboo.
Tempai. That white dragon is already in Uchida's hands. Doesn't stop her Yakuman dreams. There are also 2 Dora in Hayakawa's hand. So some value if she can get to the win. And she would love to get that from Date. Oh, still 3 away from ready, Uchida. There's filling in a gap. The Atama is not set, but could very likely be the 6 or 9 of dots. Oh, not quite what Date needed. Oh, changing to the Dora weight, perhaps. She will do that, adding more value to her hand. Not quite one of the outside tiles Chide was looking for, but she'll continue with another 6 bamboos. And this adds some possible open-endedness for Nakata. She will... Oh, that's interesting. She's thinking about making the 4 of cracks for Atama.
I think she was thinking about locking in that sequence. Like discarding the 4.
She was thinking, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's got some interesting options there.
But
And the
Hayakawa
winner goes to
winning.
Hayakawa. Nice choice on the weight for Dora.
Yeah, the switch from the middleweight. Remember
Fine play.
earlier in last game, she didn't want to wait on Adora and honor tile Shabo weight. And she didn't end up winning that hand, so it paid off this time.
Chose the expensive route, and it worked.
So if you were at this final table, which colored chair would you want to sit in?
Blue. Is there green? Yeah, I guess I'd still take blue. There's probably
Okay.
blue and red, right? I'm not gonna
If you
go
well,
red.
there's white and blue and red. I can't remember what the last one is. Maybe yellow. Let's find out. There's blue. Then Date's sitting in the blue seat. I wonder if we will only see Date because she's the dealer right now. Like nowadays, not in ancient 4 year ago times, they actually switch the face camera at each draw. But way back in yesteryear of 2021, it looks like they
COVID
just kept
times.
it on the dealer only. I mean, like,
Probably.
technology has just advanced so much in the past 4 years.
Yeah. So Date, certainly not in trouble, doesn't need to get a whole bunch of points here. Hayakawa's made up a little bit of ground, but certainly not 46 points worth of ground yet. Kata thinks about throwing Dora? Is she thinking about a half flush already? Or is she thinking about Kokushi? Date will start throwing from the honors tiles. Looks like she's going to be moving towards Pinfu and Tanyao. Another gut shot for Uchida. Not the greatest weight. Great shapes currently, but she is using one Dora. Could accept more. Completing a run for Date. Completing a run for Hayakawa, and she will reach immediately. The quick reach, still only 5 draws in. She's waiting for the Dora, 7 of dots.
Like, Nakata has been so unlucky with her starting hands. It's the reason that it always looks like she wants to go for Kokshi is because she's just gotten really bad starting hands most of the time.
Nakata or Uchida? Both?
Nakata, maybe both, but it feels like especially Nakata, and she doesn't
Ooh.
ever go for the. I mean, it was Uchida who went for the Kokshi last game, but Nakata has been getting really Kokshi looking hands, and she hasn't been going for it. But it's been like.
That's right. She hasn't been going for it.
Yeah.
But
it looks like she could be.
Date with the decision. She's got Tempai. If she throws the 3, she's also got Sanchoku as a Yaku. Obviously, the gut shot 2 is not a great weight. The 3 is a discard. There is a Genbutsu. And we have a bit of a battle. Oh, that adds a open-ended weight for Uchida. And she ends up throwing into Date. Of course, the story of this final so far is just that it's all about Date. So, a massive hand for Date. I believe that was Ippatsu also. Reach Ippatsu Sanchoku. Date just continues to add to her lead. And boy, tough break for everybody at the table. Not the least of which Uchida throwing into that. But Hayakawa also hoping to gain some ground, and instead, excuse me, instead Date just really runs away with it. So halfway into this final game, Date is still commandingly in the lead and commanding her own turn as dealer. Oh. We're only 3 away from Yakuman. Hayakawa with the Insta Dream. Su Anko, can it happen for Hayakawa? Not with the 6 of cracks. Oh, and another triple for Uchida. Not fully Suanko yet, but we can dream. And another pair for Uchida. No, I'm sorry, for Nakada. Gut shot for Date. No help for Hayakawa. No help for Uchida. No help for Nakada. Lots of no help. Many unuseful draws. Dora for Uchida, but not really useful so far. Another pair for Date. Finally, something sort of useful for Hayakawa, but not for the dream that we were hoping. Completing a run for Uchida. When will she choose to let go of Dora? It is not the seat wind, so the 2 of them here in Nakata's hand are not going to form a Yaku. Won't be a Yaku yet, but she does have half flush possibilities.
Date also looking at the half flush.
Uchida will wait on Dora. Nakata with a pretty big chance to score some points. I feel like Nakata is going to push. one Dora still left to be drawn. Garthe and Hayakawa certainly will be giving up. Oh.
These Nakada's hand getting really interesting over there.
Yeah, it's
Almost all
kind of,
triples, almost all pairs, almost many things.
it's getting to the point where it's going to be hard to give up.
I mean, I'm
Another
not sure how
pair.
much she would want to give up anyway. There's not a lot of hands left.
Right.
I mean,
So this is another pair for Hayakawa, but she will not go for Suonko anymore. Not all triples. Oh no! Oh!
There goes the east.
Where we are 1 away from ready. 1 away from ready. 2 away from ready.
It's gonna be Suonko point to Dora. What a waste of a
There's
Suonko.
one Dora left to be drawn. Who will it go to?
Ah, it feels so close.
Right.
There are only so many honors left in the deck, and you draw one, and it's just not the right one.
Yeah, you see,
trying to decide the best
moment
course
you
of
see-
action. Fold. So we will not see a dealer continuance for this hand, it looks like.
Oh, just continues to be the wrong one. Obviously, the white dragon will not be coming out from Date's hand either. And west will not be coming out from Hayakawa's hand.
Oh, there it is!
Oh, it's north. Oh,
there it is!
My God.
Suonko Tenpai with
So,
this.
Uchida has no draw. White dragons are already in Date's hand, but there is one north left, right?
The north end she does not reach. Looking for north or white dragons.
Here's the one that's in
North
somebody's
and
hand.
Hayakawa's
Are
hand.
there any on the table?
I don't see any.
Oh,
I don't see any on the table.
where is the north? Come on, Nakada. Think north. North. Is she from Hokkaido?
No.
Does she have north in her blood?
Are you gonna? If she doesn't win, is it because of that? She didn't have enough north.
Pretending to think about holding on to the 2 of bamboos. Of course, it comes out. It was just the winning tile for Date, so
There's a
2 is
north.
Nagami.
Hayakawa.
And it
Pairs
goes
up
to
the north.
Hayakawa.
Actually gets her one closer to Tenpai. And all pairs.
So
hands.
both of them have all of their winning tiles already in other people's hands. I don't think there's any reason to suspect they might come out. Already had
Ends
safe
one
tiles.
away. All these big hands that are just so close to winning. We had that Kokshi. Now we had a Suonko.
Keeping it exciting.
It's
Players.
just like one time.
Yeah, one time. Yeah, the players in last place just not giving up. They are here to play.
But the Mahjong gods are cruel.
Full of temptation, not actual fulfillment. And Hayakawa will be dealer. Date's turn as dealer ends. Not a huge loss for her. In fact, not any loss at all. She did manage to snag a Mongon to put herself in the lead this game. And of course, very comfortably in the lead overall at the moment. as we go into the final half of this final game of the final table
And
of the
this
under 29.
This dealership might be the last chance that we really have of a comeback from one of the non-Date players.
Yes. Certainly the player with the least ground to make up is Hayakawa.
I mean, she's positive now. She needs to get ahead of Date.
It's interesting. So north is the I'm not north. East is the Dora, and we've got two of them here in Date's hand, and she triples up the south. So she's got a Yaku and two Dora. Does she go on the attack? Attack has been the right answer for Date so far this entire series. Well, this entire final table.
I think we see another Suanko brewing in Nakata's hand. Sort of starting to bubble up. Right there, look at that
right
one.
here. Oh, and another pair, you're right.
Just two away.
So we've got one completed triple, two away from ready.
Two Jenn Chanten.
Oh, did I have that wrong? I thought there were two. I thought she already had two nons. But it looks more like there's now two nons and a Hatsu. There is, speaking of Hatsu, there's another one for Uchida. See here, was this?
Yeah, it was a Hatsu.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You totally read the honor tile wrong.
Yeah.
Remember, if you become a JPML super fan, we may be able to make enough money to hire even better commentators than us.
Or at least pay for better AI. How does Date choose to attack here? Does she choose to attack here? And man, Uchida just constantly tempted with Kokshi. Now 3 away from ready.
Nakata, I think Nakata just has to go for the Suanko, and then if the second tile of one of her pairs comes out, she's gonna pull them. I don't know what else is better to do here than that. Uchida kind of going for Kokshi there. I think it's the right move.
Another Dora. So yeah, the Kokshi. There are now no more.
There you go. It was like you were telling the future. Now she's got the south.
Oh, another pair. That's Tenpai for Hayakawa. And she will push.
She's a dealer, so of course she wants to get to Tenpai as quickly as possible. I think it's the right move for these other two players to try and aim for a Yakuman hand while they're not dealer, and then when they're dealer, they're just going to try to win as many hands as possible in that dealership position. Another thing about supporting us as a super fan, besides getting the paid content at the same time as the Japanese audience, also if this stream can become sustainable, then we will have time to work on other things. You know, I do a lot of translation work on the side. But if I can actually just concentrate on these streams and other Mahjong content, there will be a lot more English Mahjong content coming to all of you. So that's what the support goes to.
Date has quietly moved herself to 1 away from ready with the south as a Yaku and 2 Dora. I wonder if she's going to be tempted to push here. She is going to be tempted to push. She's waiting for that. She hesitates as she throws the green dragon. So she's waiting for that.
I'm sure that Date has certain tiles in her head where she said, these are the ones I absolutely cannot discard. So if I draw this, I'm going to fold, or I'm going to mawashi, like roll a hand over, discard safer tiles for a bit. But as long as she can push, it's beneficial for her to try and end the dealership. The only thing is Hayakawa is the one player she absolutely does not want to deal into under any circumstances. While the other two players, dealing into them would not be such a disaster.
The one other thing about that, though, is, I mean, she can see all the Dora. So she knows that Hayakawa doesn't have any Dora. For it to be an expensive hand, there has to be a bunch of Yaku, or she's going to have to get Uradora. Excuse me. 3-6 of bamboos. Not a lot of them still left. And the 5-8 of dots. Several of them went to other people's hands afterwards, and this is going to end in a draw. No reason for that to come out from Uchida. She will throw safe. Lee. And the hand ends in a draw. So Hayakawa will continue as dealer. Date continues her theme of attack, attack, attack. And we still have the second half of this game. A full south round to go. Hayakawa as dealer. Current player with the best shot at overtaking Date, who so far has just been kind of unstoppable. Well, ever since, I guess, the second game, Date has been on a terror. Nakada.
Just such bad hands to start out with. I mean,
Yeah.
this is only like 6 away from Kokshi.
Yeah. What do? You keep getting that to start with?
And I laugh because I've been there so many times. It's not because...
Oh. Another wind and lots of pon. Okay, 2 of the wests are over here. So, show sushi, not so likely. No pon from Nakada. Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay,
having
that's it. Yakumon chance there.
It's not out of the question.
There are 2 wests in someone else's hand, but you only need 2 wests if you can get 2 more souths before that.
North did just come out. Does she pon the first east that comes out? It sort of starts giving things away. She still needs another non to get there. By the way, she just has, I mean, the only Yaku she could have, unless it's also Honitsu, would be the west tile. When does Nakada give in to temptation? And pawn. Or does she just try to keep it close? Oh,
if it comes out, you got a pawn.
this is Tempai. And Uchida will reach.
Uchida.
Going to hint. Oh, another Sozu.
So now it looks like
Possibly
it's
large
shift
hand forming.
all pairs, maybe with a half flush. East, what does
No
she
pawn?
do? Sounds like she pawned.
She is going to
There it
pawn.
is.
Is she thinking about the Yakuman? She does hold on to the wins. Uchida, not with the worst weight. Ooh, that pawn, does it tempt Date to throw one of the other wins? Nope.
Date will fold. So the
So
question is, what is
probably
Hayakawa going to end up doing? Because that's... Oh, and Uchida draws
Oh.
it. We will not have a continuance.
And that's Mangan for Uchida, a big draw. That's going to push Hayakawa even further away from Date. So in these last 3 turns as dealer, none of them being Hayakawa's, she has put together some big hands to make up that deficit.
Looks like there was
For
maybe
the
some
moment.
trouble on the table. So while we're waiting for that to be worked out, look at... Follow the
Look
Mahjong
at the
Jenn
trouble.
channel. to, don't we look so badass? Skatebon International.
You guys do look
weekly
like trouble.
podcast. Well, Skatebon is like it means it's girl boss for like, Bosozoku. So, there was a TV show about that. Or a TV show, I think. Where it was the girl boss of one of those groups, and she was a detective as well. And she had a yo-yo weapon.
Yo-yo.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a yo-yo on a chain, not on a string.
So you know what I learned this weekend?
I don't.
Yes, that's a good point. I totally thought, you know how like you get a little, the same old a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Like you get one little piece of information, then you suddenly think you understand everything. So like I just thought Bolsozoku I thought was originally from Chiba, and I thought they were like, oh, they're from Bolso. Like that's where that came from. Like that's definitely what that means. And I definitely said that's definitely what that means. And then everybody laughed at me this week, and they're like, "Oh, that's not at all what that means. There's Bolsozoku everywhere, and they're just like, it's not just Chiba." I
You thought
thought
it
for
was
sure that's
like a tribe, like a race, like.
I don't know. I mean, it's like one of those little theories that any little child comes up with, and then you have to explain to them, nope, that's not what that means at all.
I'm glad that you're not above comparing yourself to a little child.
I mean, it's so much of like the way, when you learn things, I mean, in a area that you don't know a lot of stuff, then you just start thinking that everything is connected.
So, like, did you learn what boso actually means in Japanese, in English?
Let's see, what did they say it meant? Yeah, I think that was explained, and then I was so taken by the fact that I had been wrong about it forever that the only thing I did take away from it so far is the fact that it's definitely not about Bolso in Chiba. I do know that now.
Like running wild, basically. So they're like gangs, but like little.
Is it like Boryoku no Bo?
Yeah, it's the same bo, but it doesn't always mean like violence. In this case, it means just like running wild, like like they hooligans basically. But they're sort of organized a bit. Organized hooligans. But yeah, I always considered them to be mostly violent and mostly loud, as Azure points out. They're when you least expect it. Even in the Inaka at 3 a.m. when you're trying to sleep, they have the bikes with like really loud mufflers. Like yeah, those are all over the place. I can hear them. Sometimes they sound like ghosts in my town because you can hear them like 20 streets away. And if it's the middle of the night and it's really quiet, then you can hear them from really far away.
Excuse me. Uchida, I think, was really trying to get to a sanchoku while we were discussing the Bosozoku.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're supposed to talk about them on stream. So you guys, this is also rogue tangents.
Oh, that's right.
So we don't know if this is allowed, but it's in English. It's not a Japanese stream, so.
Right. And it's more of like a Japanese lesson than.
Yes, exactly. We are just teaching Japanese language lessons. This is educational, friends.
Nakata once again had a possible sort of Suanko temptation going on, but looks like she is going to lean towards folding. Didn't con the 7 of cracks when she was a little closer to Tenpai. Looks like everybody's folding, so Uchida will get another turn as dealer, whether or not she wins the hand. Another pair for Hayakawa, but not really helpful. Hayakawa got to be thinking, how does she want to attack at this point and try to create some value? Another pair for Nakada, but not quite helping. Completes a run for Date, but she's obviously probably not going for it. Was Hayakawa actually one away from ready?
And also, Zura, thank you for your
No.
support. All views and likes and shares are also extremely supportive. We do get a fair amount from ad revenue, so just like having the stream on, even in the background, is extremely helpful.
Woo! So Uchida, partly one of the reasons she may have elected to go the route she did was because she did get to Tempa, I think, with Dora. So drawing that, she does get a 2,000 point boost from each player and continue as a dealer. So is this the beginning of something crazy? Dora's the 5 of dots. She has 1 in her hand and the Dora indicator, so a possible run there. And just not much else. Jeez. Once again, the Kokshi temptation. Man. So a pair of 9s of cracks, a pair of 1s, no, a pair of norths, was it? Like a value tile. Nakata with some promise. And Hayakawa. How does she create some value? Man, it's just disappointing. You do all that work to continue as dealer, and then you just get absolute garbage.
Is it like
I mean,
like building a big Lego thing and then someone comes and just knocks it down?
yeah.
Like worked on it for weeks, hours, and they just
Oof.
pretend like it's Jenga.
Ay. All right, there's a completed run. Like the least happy completed run I think I would have ever seen in my entire life. Date, her hand not showing a lot of value, but of course she doesn't need it. There's a, I don't know, possibly heading for a straight. Hayakawa? I mean, not straight, a flush? Half flush? Yeah, boy, I just no idea how to even approach the game from Uchida's perspective when you get those kind of tiles. Like, what do you do?
All you can do
Looks
is
like
aim
Hayakawa.
for a tempai, and then you say, "Well, I did what I could." I think you even call with Noyaku in this case.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just start trying to make it happen. You know, you got to figure Hayakawa is not going to be playing defense herself. So if she's going for it, she's going to be handing off tiles. And wow, Hayakawa's gotten to possible half flush and full straight. Could be a massive hand that might put her in a juicier spot.
I mean, ideally, she'd like to get in a position where she can win with maybe, I think a Mangan is really difficult at this point, but win with a Hanemon for first place, or even a Baimon for first place in all S.
She's 1 away from ready with kind of a monster.
Yeah, so she wants to win as many points as she can, just Mangan or better probably for this hand and the next hand, and try and put herself in a position where she can come back in the last hand.
2 of dots would be the key draw. 7 of dots would also fine.
Generally, the rule
also
is
not bad.
you want to be within Mangan Sumo range of first place by all S, but I think that might be tough in this situation in Hayakawa's place. I think you kind of got to aim for like maybe Baimon, maybe Hanemon.
It's just not quite it. But could be a better way. It does open up other options. Another Dora for Uchida. Get there, Hayakawa. And Nakata moving towards all pairs, or is she going to go all the way to the full straight? It would be Hayakawa and okay, no, she wants bamboos. Sorry, but she will be throwing the 8 of dots. Can she get rid of the 8 of dots before it becomes Hayakawa's winning title? Oops, she misses that. Hayakawa can reach with the 258 weight. It's a good weight. She'll be waiting on Dora. She needs the points. So now we hope for Nakata's sake she does not get Tempai, or at least she can be tempted not to take it with by throwing the 8 of dots. Uchida needs to get Tempai here to have any shot at getting enough points to win. Little does she know, all of her choices are, she's obviously not going to throw the Dora, so her other choices are all safe. Take the best weight. Do it. Throw the penchant. Oh. Date will be giving up. Oh, no. Oh, wow. That is a tough. Oh, no. What's going to happen here? Nakata. Oh, no. She's going to be tempted.
I mean, yeah, I think you want to go for the flush there, but I think that also it might be difficult to figure out the weight in a hand like this.
Oh, okay. And there's not a lot of time left, and she does still have her turn as dealer. There's not really a need for her to push unnecessarily, and Uchida will get to Tempai. Oof. She will see later that she is grateful she did not go for it, although in that moment she's probably thinking, oh no! Bit of a decision for Uchida, but she'll take the obvious open-ended weight. Even if she draws her 4-7 early, she doesn't have to discard that. She can discard from the norths and still maintain Tempai. Her goal here is just to finish Tempai. Oh no. 6 had passed already? Oh yes, the 6, she cheated the 6, that's right. So she is still Tempai.
They're trying to decide. She has no returns for Tempai, so she just needed to choose the safest tile possible.
Last
and
draw,
somehow,
and
Uchida is Tempai, so she gets to continue as dealer. Sort of a miracle, Tempai, considering that starting
remember
hand.
how absolute crap that hand was to begin with. And yeah, an absolute miracle pulled off by Uchida to maintain her turn as dealer.
All right, I just gotta grab one more drink real quick. If you can hold down.
Yeah, Nakata, I think also I'm sure a bit of a relief for Nakata to have seen Uchida's open hand and say, "Oh, look at that! I narrowly dodged a bullet by not going for Tempai, not going for that big monster." Not Uchida, Hayakawa. So Nakata dodges a bullet by not throwing into Hayakawa. Hayakawa got to be a little disappointed. Had a great weight and a big hand, but just cannot get the magic to happen. And another possible flush. Dora is the 6 of bamboos, so that's also in the suit that she would be getting the flush in. How quickly will she pon? It would be heading into her turn as dealer. Not the worst option to only have Honitsu and 1 Dora if it ends Uchida's turn as dealer. Another open-ended wait for Garthe. Man, and once again, some of these tiles are just, it's like, oh, all right, now it's time for you to have kochi-ish tiles.
And I'm back. We are already
Welcome back.
well more than an hour into this game.
Holy bagoli.
Yeah, so my
Was that
drink ran
another?
out.
Oh, I think that might have been another kochi-ish tile for Hayakawa, but Uchida says, no, no, no. No peace for you.
Waiting on the middle 3-mon. Interesting wait.
That was indeed another outside. Yeah, Hayakawa says, nope.
Yeah, Hayakawa's
It was
situation, she knows Uchida will most likely continue as dealer if she's reach already. So she doesn't need to feel the need to push. She'll have at least 3 more hands after this one. Of course, someone else might win the hand, but her hand just isn't worth the risk for that. In the meantime.
So it looks like, yeah, it's going to be everybody giving up, like you said. This dealer reaching is probably going to make everybody else just say, you know what, I'll wait for another opportunity. Hayakawa might have had an argument for pushing, but it was still quite a ways to the goal of Kochi. So she will fold and live to fight another hand. As long as she can continue to find safe tile. Turns out to be a very cheap hand by Uchida, but of course, we keep saying it is not her goal to win major points on any of these hands. First and foremost, she just absolutely needs to maintain her turn as dealer. Another donut for Nakada. Just not a situation where she can really put him to use. Another pair for Nakada. Completing a run for Garthe, but she will not accept it. Completing a run for Hayakawa, but also not useful. Another pair for Garthe, but she is still just giving up.
Sending early on a Kanchan isn't the worst thing that could happen, I guess. No, definitely it's not the worst thing that can happen. Kanchan weights are kind of underrated. You don't have to like wait and just reach only open-endeds all the time. Definitely you want to reach sometimes with your middleweights, your Kanchans, gut shots. You want to call them gut shots.
And Hayakawa looking to take Tenpai. Interesting. 2 of the 3s that Uchida wants have moved over into Date's hand. 2 of cracks. So close. Just needed 1 more crack. A completed run for Garthe, but again, she's been folding for quite some time now. Certainly none of those 3s are likely to come out. Hayakawa will not change her weight, but with those cheese, Hayakawa does draw her winner. No Uradora.
Uchida win. This is Uchida, the dealer, drawing her winner, not Hayakawa.
Why do did I say Hayakawa?
I
didn't say Uchikawa. Yeah, I keep wanting to say Uchikawa too, but yes, not that, not that person either. This is
How
Uchida.
many times can we get the name wrong?
Yeah, just because of some weird random connection of kanji in other people's names.
And that's exactly why you don't want to be too afraid of reaching with middleweights. It will definitely pay off a lot of the times, especially so early, especially as dealer, when everyone else is folding to you.
They're gonna have to get out of the way more often than not. And once again, man, just what did she cross the street in front of an old lady or something? Like, why can't she get good hands?
Is that a bad luck thing? Is that
Well,
a
I don't know. I mean, I was
karma
gonna say
thing?
like she cut an old lady off in traffic
Is that a
with
karma
her
thing?
car.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Well, something. There's some karma thing that's working against her, because karma is definitely a thing that I believe in, for sure.
I was
It's
thinking,
something we know
like,
about me.
if it's a bad luck thing, then we would think, like, did she cross a black cat on the way to the studio today?
Right.
Or, you know.
I was thinking of it more. Yeah. Did she do something bad and now she's being punished for it? Because, geez, why are these starting tiles? Man, it's just mean. Yes, she does have Chun, the red dragon, so she can pawn as soon as that comes out. Hayakawa, of course, will be, not, it will be looking to push anything, so it's not like she's going to be holding on to possibly dangerous tiles. Uchida will have opportunities probably to chi if she can get some tiles, get some combinations that work. She's pulled off a couple miracles already to get to ready with hands that did not seem like they would get there. All right, there's another run for Uchida. I think she's now actually she might be one away from ready or two away from ready. I think there's 2 completed runs and the red dragon. And that's Tenpai for Date. She's looking to end the hand quickly.
Yeah, she's been wanting to end this dealership quickly ever since it started, and just not getting the hands that she can fight back with.
So that is one away. Like, look at that crap.
Fell off the
Uchida.
ball. Just put it back up and let's keep going.
Uchida started pretty far away from ready, but is now 1 away from ready. Elects to take the pair weight and a gut shot in the pinzu. Date waiting for the 3 of dots, pinzu. We see one of them in Uchida's hand and one, I think, in Hayakawa's hand. One here, yes. One here in Hayakawa's hand.
Uh-oh, Garth, there's
she's gonna have a hard time.
Interesting comment in the chat.
Ooh, I have to look at my chat.
You believe in karma, but not flow?
Yes, perhaps it was hard to hear the sarcasm. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure I believe in.
Your sarcasm was definitely not clear there.
Right, yes. I am not a big believer in karma.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. I think you can be kind of a yes, kind of be more sarcastic. You lose it's hard to maintain your sarcasm level in this country, just because.
See, like, people say that, but you know what? I think KY is pretty good at being sarcastic. I don't know if you've ever noticed.
Yeah.
You haven't spent a whole lot of time with him, but.
Right.
But one of the reasons why, like, the first time you met him, I think, at least one of the first times, was at my older daughter's first birthday, and we were, like, playing Mahjong and poker all night. And one of the reasons that we, like, enjoyed that so much is because he has a very similar humor to us. Even with the language, the different language, because he can be very sarcastic, and it's not common here.
That is tough. While we were discussing sarcasm, Hayakawa was really just probably trying to find a way out, and throws into Date's waiting arms. So Date ends Uchida's dream. Both Uchida now and Hayakawa need pretty big hands to position themselves going into the final hand here for a win. I see that probably
Nakata
even.
is, yeah,
Awesome.
not going to calculate anything for the time being. Just try and win as much as possible. And 4 pairs in the starting hand. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And one of them is a value tile. None of them are Dora.
Also, Valis
A
says
1,
I've
2,
considered
3.
keeping cat snacks in my bag and feeding random cats I find. I think that is the way to create a street cat army. That I think that might benefit you, and I am supportive. Ganbatte.
You might get told off in Nakanoku, where they have signs up saying, "Please do not feed the cats."
Yeah, but what are you gonna do when the cat army rises up against? I mean, that's what they want to avoid happening, but
Right. Yes, that's Nakata poning her first chance she gets, so she is just looking for Tenpai, like you said. She will not angle for the Suanko dream. Just says, all right, fine, I'll go for Tenpai as quickly as possible. Hayakawa, what is she dreaming of? I guess Sanshoku 1, 2, 3. Pinfu, and she can use Dora. So yeah, thinking about Sanchoku and perhaps Pinfu and Dora, and Pinsumo, Sanchoku, Dora. I guess she could get the Hanemon, but that would still be quite a distance between her and Date. And Nakata moving ever closer to Tenpai.
Valis says the funniest types of people are the ones you can never tell are being sarcastic or not. The deadpan delivery is really, really good. I am a big fan of deadpan delivery, but
Yes, deadpan. Yes, me too, except that it's just not something I'm very good at. A fan of it. Of course, you know, one of the most famous guys doing it was Stephen Wright. Certainly, that's something she definitely wanted. So she'll keep trying to move towards the Pinfu and Sanchoku. Nakata hoping for a white dragon or either of the other honor tiles to pair up. There's one white dragon here. Was there another one already in somebody else's hand? I feel like it's not going to come out from Date. She will do nothing to encourage Nakata to continue his dealer. Interesting that Aikawa doesn't throw that 3 of dots again, having not taken Tenpai earlier with, another Dora. That's interesting.
so yeah, switch out the 3. This might be a really good chance for her to get a big hand and to go into the last game, the last hand.
And the
Hayakawa's
white
got to get
dragon
something really
does
big.
come out. So Nakata does get to Tenpai.
Which means it's very likely that we will have another continuance. Of course, Hayakawa is very close, and she will release the Dora immediately to lock in that Sanshoku shape, the 1, 2, 3. She can see 3 of the 3 dots, which make the 2 dots look really good to her. She's hoping, of course, to fill that in first and reach with a Pinfu. Bitsi Pinfu Sanshoku Dora would be a minimum Mangan hand.
Oh, there's another one of the 2 she needs. And very unnecessary 7 of cracks. What does she think is safer? The 7 of cracks or the 7 of bamboos? She'll throw from the bamboos.
Yes, 3 of the 6s out on the board recently released. A bunch of 5s as well.
Could change the weight here.
3, 4, 6 weight.
And she does elect to take the wider weight.
Yeah, as dealer, you want as many chances to win as possible, and And if Hayakawa tempais, I think that 6 might come out. But it comes out first from Uchida.
So it does cheapen the hand a little bit that she went that route. It would have been Toi Toi and Haku, but with that weight, it ends up being just Haku.
She'll get another turn at
But
dealer.
much more importantly, much more
sorry.
importantly, she gets another turn as dealer.
I said it really fast so I could take it away from Garth.
You did, yes. And then it was originally your idea, and once again, I'm just saying something because somebody else said it.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I was
Almost
going to say
literally.
you were stealing words from me.
All right, and some nicer starting tiles this time for Nakada. We are 1 away from ready here. Oh, with a possible Sanshoku. Now 2 away from ready. Some nice starting tiles for Nakada, finally.
Looks like Hayakawa is now stuck with the really poor starting hands. Date as well doesn't look that good.
Maybe a chance for Nakada here. What is Uchida's dream? So I think ideally, Nakada gets the 2-3-4 Sanshoku, dropping the red dragons. Men Pin Tsumo Sanshoku. If it goes down to the 2-3-4 Sanshoku, maybe she gets a Dora in there too. Another pair for Uchida. Open-ended weight now for Date. Not the greatest hand. I wonder when she sort of decides, yeah, no, just give up. Not helping. Nakada decides not to wait for the extra value. She will really work to hold on to that turn as dealer and sacrifice value in the hand. See if that tempts Nakada, or not Nakada, if it tempts Date to push a little bit, since the likelihood of an expensive hand has dropped. Hayakawa collecting pairs. Maybe she might be thinking about Suonko. Nakada with a lot of acceptance. 257 of bamboos. And I think it was the 2 5 of bamboos. No, 2 5 of 1 4. Sorry, 1 4 of dots. And that the half flush. There's an option I had not considered. All right, there is value for Nakada, and a lot of acceptance possibly here too. 258 all give a still good weight. Oh, it's unfortunate that the 2 comes out from over there. Another pair for Hayakawa. She's 1 away from ready with the 7 pairs. Possible value. She's got a Dora there. The 2 of bamboos having just come out. So Uchida will throw it. And Nakada is now Tenpai, waiting for the 5-8 of bamboos. Only 2 and 1 Dora. It's Honitsu and one value tile. No Dora, of course, because the Dora is the 2 of dots.
Uchida thinking to decide what she wants to wait on now with this all pairs hand, if at all. It's kind of probably the last chance that she'll have to decide if she wants to go for something or not. Unless Nakata continues this dealer one more time, Uchida may be able to go for Yakuman one more time.
Yeah, boy, Chitoi and one Dora. Or Chitoi, and obviously it's going to be 2 Dora if it's Chitoi. Boy, it's still pretty low value.
I mean, the best she can hope for if she reaches is maybe a Haneman.
Right.
That's still just
She'd
not
really,
enough in this situation.
She'd really like to get another Dora. I mean, she is very close to first place in this game, but yeah, it is just not quite enough.
She was kind of lucky that North she decided to discard didn't deal in too, because it is the pair for the Tenpai hand. So it could have just as easily been a winning tile for that hand. Right here, Nakata's hand, waiting for the 5-8 bamboo, but definitely using the North in her hand, and could have even pawned if she wanted to change the weight.
The thing is, it didn't add really any value. I guess, yeah, it could have changed to the 4-7, but and it's true that she can see it. Well, actually, we can see a bunch of the 8s. She does not know that most of her 8s are unavailable. And interesting here, Uchida threw Tenpai because she's thinking about going for an outside hand.
There's no souths on the board. I'm trying to remember if I don't see any green dragons either, so.
She might just be thinking it's time to give up.
I mean, she doesn't have any Dora, so going for the outside hand is going to give her a little bit more value than the all pairs hand. If she can pull it off. Oh, but she did fold. The 3 is out there. Oh no, there's a 2. 2 2s.
Yeah,
Yep. I think I'm going to be late to my doctor's appointment today.
Oh no.
It's probably okay.
Yeah.
It's just a local.
They make us wait all.
Yeah, it's just a local one in the city, and I've never gotten in. I've never waited less than half an hour, so if I'm a half an hour late, I think I'll be perfectly on time.
Yeah. They make us wait all the time. Who do they think they are?
Big shots.
It's so important. So the Souths will not come out from Date. So it'll be difficult for Uchida to get to Tenpai. And she just won't. Knows that the bamboos are dangerous for Nakata. So she won't throw the 4 of bamboos.
You know, I was referencing a song there, right?
Oh. I might not have noticed that.
You don't know that song? Who do you
Which song?
think you are, Mr. Big Shot?
Oh my goodness. I do not know that song.
What? Big eyes. I have big eyes right now. I'm staring at Garthe with big eyes. Every time I don't know something, Garthe goes, I don't know that.
What?
Like, you don't? And he has he opens his eyes as wide as possible. And he can open his eyes really wide for some reason. He has this like genetic wide eye openingness.
I do have big eyes.
So I really like to do that back at him.
Date with Tenpai, but does not want to throw Sozu to a possibly dangerous Sozu waiting Nakata.
It's one of the important tactics of as dealers. You got to put pressure on other people. You got to make them scared of you.
Really big eyes is almost always the best way to do that.
No, that's not that intimidating, though, right?
Oh, no? Actually, that's usually more of a sign of fear, huh?
Like naivety. I think that
Fight or flight response.
I always get most nervous when we're playing against somebody like somebody who just looks like they don't want to be there, but like they're actually really good. I'm thinking of one particular player. That's just someone like, why am I on a mahjong table again? Dear Lord.
Yes.
And that
Those
person
were
is
always
in my league again this year.
No.
These doctors even know that Jenn is playable in Fight Club. Yeah, only in Fight Club SP now, but they don't know that. Turns out that doctors are actually kind of busy people and don't play frivolous video games with cute girls in them.
They're not like
strange
they're
concept.
not like dentists.
I mean, dentists, there's just an excess in supply of dentists.
Sure does seem to be, at least in this country.
Yep.
So Nakata continues as dealer. She's just looking to try to get some points. Has not done anything momentous yet, but has held on to her turn as dealer. So, there goes Dorda from Hayakawa. Oh, that was not Dorda. Once again, has to happen at least once a stream.
Dora is the 7 character, not the 8 character.
That is not the Dorda indicator. When they say Dorda above that, what they really mean is that it is Dorda. They're not trying to fool us. Uchida completes a triple. Here is a 3-sided weight in the Pinzu for Nakada, and will she accept? She'll get rid of that gut shot and move towards Tanyo. Date. Again, probably just looking to sort of play safe. Not a hand really worth pushing a lot on. She's still in first place for this game, which puts her very comfortably in first place for the entire the whole kit and caboodle, the entire final table.
She just has to get through one last dealership. But Nakada is fighting.
We have 2 continuances.
That is
already
shifting towards like a vertical hand, triples. Triple tricky. Do you like that one?
I do always like the triple tricky. There's another pair for Date, speaking of heading towards triples. But then she throws more triple. So now she's thinking about pairs. Will Hayakawa Pon Haku? I don't think so. I think she has to create a lot of value here, which means she just cannot open the hand up. She needs the reach. Uchida being tempted by Kokushi.
Okay, but everybody in the chat knows the song I was talking about, right? Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Shot? It's an old song. It's like...
Is that Billy Joel?
It's a woman.
No, that's right. So you want to be a big shot? Yeah, I knew that was not Billy Joel. It just used the same words. Yeah, I guess I just...
it's Mr. Big Stuff, not a Big Star. Big Star. Big Star.
Gap in
Big
my
Stuff.
education.
It's
All right.
Mr. Big Stuff. It's Gene Knight.
Hayakawa will go for it. She's Tempai, waiting for, I think it was the north and
Thank you, Azuri. Yes, it's
9
Mr. Big
bamboos.
Stuff and not Mr. Big Shot. So I was just totally wrong anyway.
See, how could I have known that?
Yeah, that was it. I guess it's because I got the word wrong. That's why you didn't know the song. I know.
See? So Date has possibilities, but doesn't really need to push. Hayakawa waiting for the north and 9 of bamboos. One of each is in Uchida's hand at the moment.
No, Azura, don't say that. Don't ever say that.
Yes. There aren't a lot of opportunities to say that whenever there was a disagreement with Garthe. You got to take them when you got them. That's Tempai? Tempai for Nakada. She will attack. She's waiting for the 258 of dots. It's a nice weight. It is currently in the discards of Hayakawa. She will choose not to wait silently for it in the hopes that somebody might follow up that discard.
And
The
also
5
probably
had just
hoping
come
to
out.
get people like off their hands. Like, please fold. Let me be the only one.
Oh,
to
and the
but she'll
winner
draw it.
goes to Nakada. A big draw. Does she get to Manganchi? Oh, is that the 9? That's a 9. Darn. So just 2,600 each. Then Pinsumo, Dora, no Urda. I think
What
that
does
was
it
the
mean
9
that
of
the dead wall
cracks.
looks scuffed? What does that mean?
Scuffed. Well, it is dead.
I need to work on my English slang a little bit.
Mm.
I'm not up to date. Like, I don't even say bruh, and that's like the minimum of slang in English right now.
Bruh.
Yeah, everyone says bruh now. Like, they use it like I used dude growing up.
Huh. I will never forget surfing in Hawaii and like look over, like I'm at Waikiki and I was like, oh, it looks nice over in Queens. Swim over to Queens, get through the lineup, and I'm right about to take off, and this just enormous guy paddles up to me. He's like, "All beginners over there, bruh. You can swim right back to Waikiki, jerk off." Oh, that was really fun. And I did not take off. I was right there about ready to take off, and then I was like, okay, I guess he told me I cannot take off. I believe him.
No, it didn't look separated from the wall. Yeah, we don't separate the dead wall from the wall in pro matches. Each pro is responsible for counting themselves, and if they count wrong, and the dealer turns their hand face down before the wall is finished, then they get a chombo. Face down
One
or
thing
face
about
up.
one thing about that you may be thinking, why wouldn't you want to help people out? Just the other factor there is you want to be touching the wall as little as possible. That's when cheating can happen. And obviously, the assumption is not that anybody is cheating, but the assumption it really is that you would like to, leave the least amount of suspicion possible. And so just touch the wall less.
Yeah, except when Garthe is at the table.
Yeah, then there's just suspicion galore. Everybody's watching everything like a hawk.
You know, I've always been afraid of being suspected of cheating, so I always turn my hands over like dealers in Vegas when they when they trade places. Like if I don't know, if I can't remember when if I touch the wall, like to move it forward or something so it's easier for people to draw. I always turn my hand like up. And then but no one has ever been suspicious of me of anything. Mostly because I lose a lot, but
It's like, wow, Jen's really playing the long game on this cheating.
I mean, that's my defense if anyone ever does accuse me of cheating. It's like how bad do you think do you think I'm so bad at Mahjong that I can't even win when I cheat?
So Date moves herself to one. Oh, look at that. This is an interesting play by Uchida. She had some other routes and has accumulated a couple of triples here. Could she get to Su Uncle?
They will not notice if you secretly eat your discards to avoid future. Just make sure that you like suck on it and don't chew it because the
Pretty
chewing
crunchy.
sound, yeah, the crunches give you away.
Hayakawa with another pair. Possible Honitsu. Oh, that's not going to be the run for Uchida, but it does seem like she stopped wanting to do that. I thought she might be aiming for the 3-4-5 Sanchoku. But at this point, even 3-4-5 Sanchoku, Mentanpin Sumo Sanchoku Doridori, if you could imagine getting the Doridori Ura, even Baimon is probably still not enough to really put her in a position to overtake Date. She's gonna need that Yakuman, so that Yakuman is enough in the next hand too.
And it's easy. I don't. Is it easier to get a double Yakuman or 2 Yakuman in a row?
That's a
Can
good
somebody
question.
calculate that? I'm really interested.
I would have to think it's easier to get 2 in a row.
Why?
I mean, I've seen that. I've done that. And I don't think I've ever gotten double Yakuman. Unless you count. All right, so the times that I've gotten it were times when it was not recognized as double Yakuman in our league.
I mean, in the
Nakata?
3-player Roddle, Harrison was on my team and he got double Yakuman twice in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And even in Sama, I don't think I've gotten double Yakuman that many times ever.
Actually, yeah. So let's see. I've gotten Yakuman 2 hands in a row. I'm gonna have to admit that it was probably in Sanma on Fight Club, but I've done that, and I have definitely never. I really don't think I've ever gotten. I guess my one in League I got double Yakuman once when I had Suanko Sutan, but it wasn't Yakuman. It was double Yakuman at the time. Is it even double Yakuman now? Wow. One more time, Tenpai
In
for
Fight Club,
Uchida. But
I think it is double Yakuman, but not in JPML.
right. So yeah, I've gotten it in Fight Club.
Oh, you gotta swallow the tiles whole with some water so they don't crunch.
Like a pill.
Yeah. That's why you gotta play with the 28 millimeter tiles instead of the 33. They go down easier.
While we were musing, Nakata did get to Tenpai. She is likely to take the lead on this hand, whether she wins it or not. At least take the lead on this hand in this game.
Yep. Take the lead, first place in the game. For now.
But it's still, oh wow, another pair for Hayakawa.
It's one away.
Not a lot of time left in the hand. She's probably not going to throw Dorda.
You do
Can she
want to
get
give
to
yourself
Tempai?
that opportunity because you never know what's going to happen. Of course, we all love the story of Hisato Sasaki having Yakuman conditions in all last and getting the Yakuman and coming back for a win. Something we want to see in every final table, in my opinion.
I'm a lot less excited about the time that I was winning the Mahjong Fight Club pro number one thing, and then
that's Tempai.
what's his name?
It's Tempai.
I
One
guess the
tile
Tempai.
left. All last. No, I'm sorry. There's one high tail left. What's she gonna do?
I was about to win, and then Nada-san drew Suanko to win. Very, very unexcited about that. I did not need that to happen.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Mommy said that in the final interview, it really. She was like, "Are you gonna cry?" Like,
Oh, poor Garthe.
I did manage to say Migoto. すごいね。Migoto ni tsumorimashita.
Okay, but you're never convincing when you say that kind of stuff. Like, like you can tell that you are so angry and that you're really, really trying to not let it show, but like it's not a deadpan delivery. It's like my anger is about to burst, and it is just being held in. Yeah, exactly.
Through my gritted teeth.
Yes. Val, I haven't seen the Naked Gun. The new one, you mean? I haven't seen the new one yet.
Yes, I'm thinking about making that a date night. Although, speaking of sarcasm, yeah, that's probably just not something that's going to come across.
I'll watch it with you.
To the rest of my household, yeah. That's a different date night.
Maybe they'll have it on the plane.
Oh, that's a good point.
I would watch it on a plane.
Save it for later.
I'd watch it on a plane, and I'd watch it in the rain. I'd watch it on a train.
Date. Koshi, do it. Do it. Oh.
The one person who really has no need to go for Koshi in this whole game, that would definitely be salt on the wounds of her wary opponents.
Gangster.
If you ever want to kick your opponents while they're down, just get a massive lead in the first 3 games and then get Yakuman in the second to last hand of the last game.
Just destroy him mentally. Make him want to quit the game.
Garthe wears his heart on his sleeve. Yeah, but sometimes it's like the Grinch heart. It's like very, very small when he's losing.
Small, shriveled up, barely beating. So not a lot of promise in Hayakawa's and Uchida's hands. Nakata has some nice shapes. She might be able to put together a continuance again. All right. Nakata setting herself up for another Tempai. Probably not getting to a spot with too much value, but it could still happen. Hayakawa will not accept the run. Uchida will accept the pair. So again, we're dreaming of Suanko. 4 pairs. That's 4 away from ready.
Or Jenn Shanten.
Could happen. Date will accept that run. Cautiously moving towards Tempai. Another open-ended weight for Nakada. Here's another pair for Date. She'll accept that and get rid of the edge weight. More uselessness for Uchida. More uselessness for Nakada. Not helpful for Hayakawa. Not helpful for Uchida. And a pair, but not going into Nakada's hand. Completes a run for Date, and she is ever closer to ending Nakada's turn as dealer. Will she cheat? She gets the chance. No, she will not, because she would not have a Iyaku. So yes, the nines of dots to kind of preclude her from cheating. She will probably take Tenpai if she can get there safely. But again, will probably not be taking any chances unnecessarily.
Nakata, on the other hand, is getting to the point where she should probably just cheat anything. Cheer upon anything that gets her closer to Tenpai. We're approaching the end of the second row here. Mid-game is just about over. Of course, everybody's hands are quite slow due to the condition settings, so the mid-game is a little bit later than usual, and the end game will be shorter than usual.
Date actually really has the most promise here.
The most promise, but she's the one who can go for the fastest hand as far as conditions go, and she's still taking a while to get there.
Could get not the 4-7. Okay.
Yeah, definitely not because of her play, just because it's a slow hand.
Yeah, Date needed the 4-7. I was thinking she might be able to chi that to get to Tenpai, but now there are very few 4-7s left. So Date will probably not be getting to Tenpai. Nakada is in need. Will probably be chiing the next opportunity she gets to get Tenpai. Chi 10. Shida may be feeling she wants to play in such a way as to not assist Nakada. And is that? Oh, not quite. Another run for Hayakawa, but it is a bit too little, too late. Another Dora for Uchida, and also, again, somewhat too little, too late.
God, at least leaves her herself some options to pawn if tiles come out. Still one away from ready. Will she be able to Tenpai and get one more shot at dealer? Hayakawa and Uchida completely out of the game. That is Tenpai.
Oh, and that's Tenpai. She gets there.
She will reach.
Will reach. Tells the other players, not only am I Tenpai, but get out of the way. She does have one more draw.
One more draw for each player.
Some points.
Yeah. After this discard, there'll be 4 draws left.
If she draws it, that would be some points. He pops.
I think I'm also gonna start. People are aiming for Yaku and they win on it. I'm gonna say, if you build it, they will come. I think that's a good one. That's a good one. All right.
So an uneventful finish, but yeah, draw and ends in a draw. But it's the dealer Nakada was Tenpai, so she will continue, and it causes Date to punch herself in the head.
That's a punch. It's kind of a.
No.
It's more like a fist bump. A fist bump.
Forehead tap.
Forehead tap with a fist.
Is Garthe starting to feel the pressure? It's I think we've got 3 continuances here. So Nakada has put together a bit of a run. She's going to need quite a bit more of a run, actually, for it to pan out. But it is currently happening.
Yeah,
and after all that,
more after her the really bad luck that she experienced up until now.
she does have 2 souths, so she can pawn that at any time to work towards a yaku. Is she thinking? I thought she might be thinking about the half flush, but she will draw attention away from it for the moment by throwing pay first.
Both games today have had a lot of continuances, that's true. They're hanging on for dear life, trying to give themselves any chance that they can to come back and get an opportunity to win this. I mean, it's the first time that this title is ever played, so to be the very first winner ever is pretty prestigious.
A pretty big deal. So Nakada will keep trying to just move towards Tempai. She's choosing not so much value, but perhaps a little bit wider acceptance. Hayakawa also chooses wider acceptance and perhaps not major points.
I mean, this is one of the things that's really, do you see how far Hayakawa has dropped down here? If you think the dealer is going to be hanging on to continue, you really want to try and be Tempai as much as possible too if you're trying to make a comeback. If Garthe is not Tempai and Hayakawa is being Tempai, that will give her the best chance. And even though the points are small, but that's 3,000 points every time. If Nakada and Hayakawa are both Tempai and Garthe and Uchida are both not. So if you're trying to find a way to get back into first place, finding a way to be Tempai at the end of the hand while the dealer's continuing can actually make a big difference.
And Garthe has quietly put herself into E Shanten, I believe. E Shanten, not Waru Shanten.
Hey Garth, what color is a mirror?
Silver.
Really?
Well, sort of. Nakada can pawn south, although the other pair of souths is in another hand. Right? Isn't it in Nakada's hand?
The south?
Oh, there's only one. Sorry, not
that
one.
Was Garthe's
Garthe.
Garthe
So she can get the
reaches,
pawn.
finally taking a stand.
They will both be Tempai. If she throws into Nakada, it won't be a huge tragedy for her. But she will be able to end. Oops.
Wins immediately off the 9 discarded by Hayakawa. And that will bring us into the last hand. There's no Ippatsu because of the pawn. Dealer repeats were a mistake. Oh. All right, and we will go into what will be the final hand of this game.
And wow, not really much confirmation for. I guess everybody just says, "Yeah, I need this amount of Yakumans."
Too many repeats just makes me think I'm long overdue to lose to Tsumo and do a mega payout. Yeah, it's an endurance game. All of those continuances, if you can hold it off, I mean, that is a lot of times what wins tournaments, is holding off those continuances and not tilting. There's a lot of tilt that goes on just from fatigue from the continuances.
Let's see, who has the best shot at Yakuman here? I think Nakata has Kokushi possible, but even Kokushi from her is not going to be enough. She would need kind of a she would need at least a triple Yakuman from Date-san. Date Pro. So yes, Nakata doesn't really quite have a shot, and even though could be a huge hand.
I think directly from Date for the most part. Uchida is okay with double Yakuman. Just 77. Double Yakuman, not quite enough. I don't like how continuances can lead to Yakuman-sized point leads with none of the risk. Yeah.
I'm not sure there was no risk.
Some tournaments in America lately have been playing with big honba. 1,500 for each continuance instead of 300. Which is interesting because that's basically how much you pay out when you're not Tenpai.
I think what we have here is everybody reading the writing on the wall and going through the motions as we
it's just a victory lap for Date at this point.
Yeah. We make our way to the inevitable Date win.
Put that flag around her shoulders.
Yes. Somebody should come out, yes, and drape her with a flag already. I think Hayakawa has actually gathered. Not really. Still far enough away from both Kokushi and Suanko that I don't think there is any hope. Abandon all hope, ye who watch this game.
I mean, I think you're at a point like this. If anyone were to win even a Yakuman here, I don't think that they would get a penalty from the organization. Because it's kind of obvious. As long as you're sure that, like, Hayakawa is not getting a Yakuman, then I think winning, with such a huge difference, winning in second place wouldn't be that... You wouldn't get, like, disciplined that much. Discipline's not the word I wanted to use, but...
Penalized?
You wouldn't get in trouble, I think.
Reprimanded?
Generally, you don't... Yeah, reprimanded. You don't want to win in second place on a final table in the last hand, but when it's this obvious, I don't think it's... And it's a Yakuman, you're showing good Mahjong. I think that people are generally okay with that sort of play.
And it's drawing down to the finish.
I mean, we saw him rattle one time in the last hand. Takizawa's team had no chance at winning, and he still reached with one draw left.
That did happen. I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to get mad about that. It's not like you took away other people's chances.
Tenpai! Or Hayakawa, and she will not show it. And so it ends.
She didn't show it. The dealer shows first, so Date would have shown it first. Like, it's interesting. I wonder what is it just to finish things quicker? Because it won't change anything. Oh, she's welling up with tears. So happy. I don't know if she is, but it looks like it. Yep. Just rubbed her eye for a tear. Ah. Alice says, our house rule is point leader doesn't get continuances, and we might do the bigger honba too. That's interesting. That's fun. If you're playing for fun, I think that's really fun. To not allow the point leader to get continuance. You don't get to continue as dealer as a point leader. I like that.
Date and Hayakawa immediately taking off their masks.
She's so happy.
Oh, self-blood. Nice. You like to see, yes. Like
she's
to see
very
those
cute
smiles.
too. Yeah. And Moriyama Kaicho, the president of JPML, presenting the trophy, the first ever Ouraisen U-29 women's tournament trophy to Arisa Date, voice actress, pretty famous voice actress as well.
Yeah.
M. Leaguer on the Mahjong Fight Club team. Also one of the most popular Mahjong Fight Club players in the popularity contest.
And like you said, Oi thinks that she is one of the strongest Mahjong M League players.
Yep.
High praise.
I think he gave high praise to Date and Uotani. Uotani not in M League now, but she is on the WRC team for the Sankei Shimbun Cup. She will be representing our team next month. Our team does not play tomorrow, but we will still be giving you all of the coverage on Thursday and Friday on the WRC channel.
Uotani is, of course, always a very easy target for high praise.
Yeah. All right, congratulations, Arisa Date. That was some long games. We saw
that was
the trophy.
a lot of game, yes.
We won't watch the whole interview because we don't have the sound. But you can play Reach with JPML's Jenn and Garthe. That is, of course, I am Jenn, and that is Garthe on the other mic. From October 9th through 12th this year, so next month, we will be in New York City at Comic-Con at the Javits Center every
New
single
York
day,
City.
teaching Mahjong. We will do one more JPML Select here, and then the next one we will do like basically right after we get off the plane. We're going to get off the plane, go to our hotel, and set up a JPML Select stream so that we can give you guys uninterrupted coverage, uninterrupted, streaming every week. We're going to be here every week. We have a couple of kohai, our juniors, that we will be training to come and step in for us when necessary. But from Manhattan, we're going to be giving you actually 2 episodes of JPML Select. We will also be doing a lot of filming in New York so that we can give you some cool videos. And also on October 13th, we will have a Mahjong Matsuri. Everyone is welcome to come. There will be an entrance fee that hasn't been decided yet. We'll get those details up by this weekend. And it's really fun. We usually have a Tompusen, an East-only mini tournament, so that we can kind of make our rounds to all the tables. We have prizes. We're going to be bringing prizes from Japan. Last time we played a rock, paper, scissors tournament. We'll have some fun games and stuff this time as well. We'll think of some fun stuff. So make sure that you keep October 13th open. It will be in the evening time, usually around 6 to 9 p.m. 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So it will be good times. And the last advertisement, of course, is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Specific. 8 p.m.
Specifically 8 p.m.
Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern. That's noon on Thursday and Japan time. We will be streaming our second episode of Skabon International live. This time Sayaka will be interviewing me. If you didn't catch the first episode, go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app or on the Mahjong Jenn channel, YouTube channel. We'll also be streaming simultaneously on Twitch. All right.
Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, so the next one is Skabon International. The one after that is Sankei Shimbun Cup on the WRC channel. And then next week, and then I'll have a Mahjong Jenn personal stream on my Twitch. And then we'll be back again next week. Oh, on Friday! Sorry. So tomorrow we have Skabon International. The next day we have Sankei Shimbun Cup and the Ouraisen, the current Ouraisen. The new one, and one of my favorite players of all time. I think she's so cute. She's going to be on the table, on the final table. That will be 2 p.m. Japan time. That's 1 a.m. Eastern. That's what we will be streaming for you on Friday. And we might get some kohai in here for those days. I have 2 that are joining the Discord that are really keen to be commentating in English. Usually we switch people out. Last week we had Jimmy come. But anyway, we will start you off at 2 p.m. on Friday. And then After that, we will have another edition of the Sankei Shimbun Cup. So 3 more live streams of play this week, and more JPML Select next week. If you have any games that you want us to feature on JPML Select, please go ahead and leave comments, send us DMs, and we will get those original games that we can cover. Most of them we can cover if they're in the past. Not all of them, but most of them. Anyway, if you want to watch the live stream on Friday, please make sure to become a JPML superfan in using the membership button. And that is all that she wrote.
Yes, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks for all the participation in chat. Sorry, I'm not so good at noticing that, but Jen pays attention because she can do more than one thing at once. And I can only do one thing at once.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. And we're muted.